631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the National Anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the National Anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 800-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one flag away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch! Adam Bailey makes the catch! And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
Live from Bethpage Ballpark here in Central Islip, Long Island, New York. This is Long Island Ducks baseball, and we are live here. David Weiss alongside Chris King as the Long Island Ducks are back home and facing a team they faced just a week ago, the York Revolution, as the Ducks, who are struggling a bit, and so are the Revs, try to get back on track here at home. Well, Chris, Ducks have lost 8 of their last 10, but home cooking has always been a cure for what ails the Ducks, and they're hoping that happens tonight.
Well, certainly, David. They'll play 6 in a row starting tonight in 13 of their next 17 games at the place they call the Duck Pond. So, again, their last game here was a win over the York Revolution. They are hoping that they can build on that and put together their first back-to-back home wins all season.
And always a pleasure sitting next to you, Chris, but we have some company down the left field line. This happens to be the annual Bark in the Park night. We have aimed our crowd microphone toward the left field line, and you will certainly be hearing some barking, not only from the fans, but from those on 4 legs here tonight. It is wonderful. You had dogs all over the place on your way in. The folks from Doggy U were showing off their tricks in an Olympic-style arena with all kinds of things going on. I'm telling you, there's nothing cuter than this. If you want to bring your dog here, pooch passes are what you purchase on the way in, and there's room for you.
I talked to Brad Coleman from the ticket office earlier today, David. He said they've sold over 200 already now. I don't know if it's 200 dogs purchasing 200 passes, but 200 already. And on a beautiful night like tonight, come on out, bring your pooch. There's no better bonding you can do with your dog than bring him to a Ducks game and meet all the other dogs. It's just a great scenario. Again, down the left field line is where they'll be located, section 211, section 213, and all the dogs and their owners can come together tonight to root for the Long Island Ducks simultaneously.
What have the Ducks preached since day one? Affordable family entertainment. This brings families together, and in this case, the families include the doggies. And I know you've got a new doggie at home.
Yep. And you got a dog at home. Again, they are family. They are part of your family, and tonight they can be included in a family activity.
Yeah, we'll be talking, I'm sure, about our respective dogs during the broadcast tonight, and on behalf of all of us, more of that to come tonight. But, of course, the matter at hand, the Ducks and the York Revolution. Ducks and Revs tonight when we return on the pregame show. Chris's chat with the skipper of the Ducks, Kevin Baez.
Hey, fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Game Get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Chris King and David Weiss back at Bethpage Ballpark before tonight's opener of a three-game series between the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution. Again, both teams this past weekend dropped 3 of 4 in their respective series. The Revs were home to the Bridgeport Bluefish. The Ducks were in New Britain, Connecticut. And we mentioned Long Island beating this York Revolution team 4-3 on Wednesday night. But Thursday up in Connecticut, they fell 4-3. On Friday, it was a 6-0 loss. Yet another rain out on Saturday, and that meant a Sunday doubleheader in which they won the first game 3-1 before dropping the finale 2-1. So a much-needed day off yesterday for everybody to rest, relax, recharge, and get back at it here tonight, again, as the Ducks begin a 6-game homestand, and they will play 13 of the next 17 games here at the place they affectionately call the Duck Pond. So that's where we start our conversation with Ducks manager Kevin Baez about the weekend up in New Britain, Connecticut, where his club dropped 3 of 4 to the Bees. Here's KB.
3 of 4, not what we set out to do, obviously. Pitching was good. It kept us in the game every game. Just can't get those timely hits. So a little frustrating, a little disappointing. So we're trying to, that day off yesterday helped, I think, try to get these guys clear their minds and come ready to go and start with York tonight.
Well, big story, certainly the return of Anthony Vega for his 3rd year as a Duck. What do you expect to see from him once he gets in his groove?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Vega had a good year for us last year. He's a spark plug. He could run, he could field, he could hit. So it gives us, some added outfield depth. I can move, Kraus into DH, or Songo today is actually DH, and move them around, keep guys fresh. So it's a big lift.
How about just the way he can disrupt the game with his speed on the base paths, too?
No question. I mean, he gets on, and even if he's not on, the infield's a little shallow. The outfield's understand he can run. So now you have him, you have Lyons, you have Delta, and you got Lentini, and 4 straight. So, I think it's going to add a lot of pressure on the defense and the pitching staff.
Kevin, you always talk about departures or injuries lead to opportunities for others, and really that's happened to 2 guys this year. Let's start with Angelo Sanco. Nate Fryman goes to Mexico, and boy, he's made the most of it.
Absolutely. But again, him coming into the season, we knew he was a player, and it was just a matter of getting an opportunity. And he was going to play, even if Fryman was here, he was going to kind of rotate some guys. But, he stepped up to the plate, and, he doesn't want to look back, and he's a good player, so we're expect good things from him, and he's been solid so far, and Alfonso's another guy.
That's where I was going.
Okay, see, I read your mind.
You did.
Another guy's a good backup guy, and he got an opportunity to play a week straight and handle his own and then some. So we're impressed by them, and now we could give some guys days off, and hopefully the long run keeps guys healthy and fresh.
Well, you're talking about Alfonso. Does he remind you at all of his uncle, Edgardo Alfonso?
His mannerisms, absolutely. He's such a good kid. He comes out every day. He's a good teammate, and he's a good player. So he reminds me a lot of him.
When you were a coach here, you had Fonzie as a Duck for 2 years. What was it like to have him in this locker room, in this clubhouse every day?
It's great. I mean, he's just a team guy. He's a fun guy. Comes to the clubhouse, and with good attitude, and obviously with his experience, he led by example. So it was I was fortunate enough to have him here and see what he does, how he goes about his business, and it was a good time.
He's going into his rookie year as manager of the Brooklyn Cyclones. Did you see anything in him when he was here that could tell you he'd be a future manager?
Yeah, I know he talked about getting into coaching and maybe managing one day, and we kind of talk a little bit here and there through the years. I spoke to him in the wintertime, and he said he got the job, and he asked me for any tips or anything like that. So, he's a good guy. He'll do fine.
Let's talk about some of your pitchers. David Ardsma really has been great as the closer of late. What's been the key for him?
He commands his fastball really well, but then his split is outstanding too. He goes out there and just feels like he's going to get the outs, and that's ultimately very important, but he has good stuff as well.
How has Eric Gagne progressed since he arrived?
Yeah, he's getting better, there's no question. His first outing he came in, he pitched outstanding, and then the last 2 outings, not so much, but just a couple of pitches that just hung. And now he understands that this league, if you do so, they'll let you know. So, but a great guy, great clubhouse guy, great teammate, gets his work in, and he leads by example as well. and he's going to have some success here, no question.
Well, give Tim Melville the ball tonight to start. What should we expect to see from him?
Yeah, Mel keeps us in the game. His last outing, I think he went 6, and he got into a little trouble. So we'll kind of monitor that. But he's got a good fastball, plus fastball, good off-speed stuff. But commands his pitches, and he's a bulldog.
Kevin, it's the start of a 6-game homestand tonight, and the weather looks spectacular. Are you tired of rainouts and doubleheaders and rain delays?
Oh, no question. Even some of the guys that are not from this area last week, they're like, does it ever get warm or sunny out here? And I kept telling them, be patient. Tuesday I hear the weather, and sure enough, the weather looks like it's good. And we just hope it keeps getting better and better. And we also hope that the weather's good and we play good.
Well, Kevin, it's Bark in the Park night. Can the canines give you a little push?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need the dogs barking. We need the fans howling, and then they need the Duck players to do their job. So it'll be a fun night at the Duck Pond.
Thanks, Kev.
Thank you, King.
Again, that is Kevin Baez, the manager of the Long Island Ducks, hoping those hounds can help his team push across some runs here tonight, David.
And you talk about Mr. Positive, 15 seasons as a member of the Ducks, as player, coach, manager, in his 7th season as the skipper of the Ducks. Chris, on behalf of those who are just too much of athletic dorks to be able to play professional baseball, if I were a Duck, I'd want Kevin as my manager.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, David. Well, yep.
Mr. Positive. Okay, when we return, more from Bark and the Park night here at Bethpage Ballpark. It's the Ducks, the Revs, and lots of Fidos and Rovers coming up.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Chris King and David Weiss back to Bethpage Ballpark before tonight's game between the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution. It features a pair of right-handers going head-to-head. Tim Melville for Long Island. He's 0-2 with a 3.98 earned run average. And Steve Janus for the Revs. He's 1-2 with a 6.38 ERA. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, the starting lineup and the first pitch of tonight's ball game.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Billy Horn, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
rendition of the National Anthem. You caught a part of it from the Bridges Academy of West Islip. Color guard along the first base line, the Air Force Junior ROTC from Patchogue Medford High School. Fine job all around. Everybody in great shape. The weather, by the way, a lot different than it was 1 week ago when we were here, Chris. Temperature was barely 50 degrees and dropped into the 40s without too much of a breeze, but still a raw and misty and moist night a week ago. Tonight, perfect. We're in the 60s. Again, not too much of a breeze, but short sleeve weather to begin the game, and you've got the starting lineup.
Well, first for the visiting York Revolution, as managed by Mark Mason. They start the night at 9-14, currently last in the Freedom Division, 4.5 games back of the first place Sugarland Skeeters. Jose Costanza leads it off in left field. Angel Franco's the two-man at second. Isaiah Tejeda will catch and bat third, and Michael Burgess, the cleanup hitter at first base. Joel Guzman is the DH and 5-hitter. In the 6 hole, it's Brian Pounds, the third baseman. Batting 7th, the shortstop Ryan Dent. Hitting 8th, the center fielder Travis Witherspoon. And batting 9th and playing right field, it's Derek Robinson. All that in support of the right-hander Steve Janus, 1-2 on the year with a 6.38 earned run average. For Kevin Baez, Long Island Ducks, they are 10-14 on the year. Right now, third in the Liberty Division, 6 games back of the first place Somerset Patriots. Phelan Lentini, the leadoff man in right. Delta Cleary bats second in center field. Elmer Reyes hits third at second base. And the cleanup hitter is the DH tonight, Angelo Sanko. Mark Krause at first base bats fifth. Alex Byrd will catch and hit sixth. In the 7 hole, it's the third baseman, Cody Puckett. Welcome back Anthony Vega for his third season as a Duck. He'll patrol left field and bat 8th in his season debut. And Dan Lyons is the shortstop and 9-hitter. And right now on the hill, going through his warm-ups, the 27-year-old right-hander from Chester, Virginia, 6'4", 225-pound Tim Melville, making his 5th start of the year, 0-2 record, but a tidy 3.98 earned run average.
And Kevin Baez, as you heard in the pregame show, counting on Tim Melville here to give him innings, to give him control, and to get the Ducks back on track again. The Ducks looking up at Somerset with Bridgeport between them and 6 games back, but there's still a long way to go in the first half.
And he's been happy with the pitching, David. The starters have allowed 3 runs or less in the last 7 straight games for Long Island, so it's the offense that needs to get going for the Flock.
In fact, you look at the team statistics, and the Ducks are 3rd in the league in team ERA. York is 2nd. They're struggling as well offensively, and we'll see if there's some kind of breakout in terms of the bats here tonight for the Ducks or for the Revs. Stepping in, batting from the left side, is Jose Costanza for the York Revolution. Tim Melville on the mound on Bark and the Bark Night, and we should be barking up a storm before this thing is over. Melville, the tall right-hander, looking in for the sign from Ducks catcher. Kicks and deals. Pitch on the way. It's right down Carlton Avenue for a strike. 0-1.
Start time of the game, 6:38.
6:38 start time. I think the temperature, I'm taking a guess. I think it's around 60. I think 61.
I'm going to go higher. I'm going to go 67.
All right. 0-1 pitch on the way. That's low.
The official Southern Transportation Services temperature tonight's ball game, 68 degrees.
Ooh,
wow,
I was even low. Wow.
How about that?
Right.
68. It is great. It did crack 70 today across the area. 1-1 pitch to Costanza is on the way. And that just misses the outside corner. Now 2 balls and a strike. Costanza on the season is a 2.03, no homers, and has knocked in 4. Just underway, Bethpage Ballpark. Top of the first. Ducks and York Revolution. And the pitch, Alex Byrd catches it outside the strike zone. So Melville falling behind on the leadoff man, Costanza, 3-1.
We talk about both of these teams dropping 3 of 4 this weekend. The Ducks did that in New Britain to the Bees. The Revs were home to the Bluefish, and again lost 3 of 4.
Melville kicks and deals. The 3-1 offering is right in there. Good fastball for a strike, so we're full at 3-2. Top third of the order for the York Revolution here in the top of the first. Costanza to be followed by second baseman Angel Franco, and then Isaiah Tejeda, the catcher. Payoff pitch on the way to Costanza. Swings, line drive, caught! Leaping grab by Danny Lyons. 1 down. A nice grab, timed perfectly on that looping liner to Danny.
I think it was the key, David. It wasn't hit that hard, although it was a line drive. And you're right, he watched it until it got close enough, and he timed that leap perfectly so that his glove was at its apex, and he could snare that drive off the bat of Costanza. So nice job by Lyons to get the Ducks going defensively here tonight.
All about timing. Angel Franco, the second baseman now for the York Revolution. Also batting from the left side. He's a 275, 1 homer. Has knocked in 8. stands deep in the box. Franco with fairly good speed as well if he gets on. Fastball sails outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Angel Franco. Danny Lyons playing him deep in the hole to hit the other way. Now the fastball is up high. 2 balls and no strikes. And the outfield playing Franco to hit the other way. They're shading him over to the left side.
Yeah, they've got a lot of slap hitters, these York Revolution, and you'll see the Ducks do that quite a bit tonight.
Big gap in right center field, but the Ducks clearly don't expect Franco to go that way. Next pitch is a hard slider or a fastball that came tailing in, and Melville once again falls behind as he did on the leadoff man, Costanza, who lined out. But in this case, Franco in the driver's seat with a count of 3 balls, no strikes. Melville works quickly. Pitch on the way. Catches the outside corner for a strike, 3-1.
Yeah, he actually showed bunt there. A little unusual to see a player do that on a 3-0 pitch that everyone assumes he's going to take all the way.
Oh, Melville trying to work his way back in this at-bat. 3-1 pitch, and that's a strike. You know, from this angle, I'm sure some would say, "Ooh, that looked like a high strike," but here in the Atlantic League, they're calling it by the book.
Yep.
It has led to the pace of play initiatives the last few years, and it has been speeding up the games. Payoff pitch on the way to Franco. He fouls it to our left, just off the facade, and caroms right back to the first row in front of us. No matter where you sit, even right behind the netting here at Bethpage Ballpark, you are in play, you can get a foul ball.
Yeah, I think those people who are in row 1 behind the netting, David, more likely to get a ball coming from behind, off the facade.
That's right.
Than straight down from behind home plate.
Got to pay attention. 3-2 pitch on the way again. This one's hit mile high and out of play to the left side, so the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tim Melville has gone to a full count on the first 2 batters here. So throwing a lot of pitches early. A lot of cloud cover, but we're not expecting a drop of rain and not much of a breeze to speak of with that game time temperature of 68. What a gorgeous night. 3-2 pitch again on the way is up high. So a walk to Angel Franco. He is aboard. First base runner of the game. First walk issued by Tim Melville.
Well, David, as I look down the left field line, those sections way out, I do see some tails wagging. So it is Bark in the Park night. Lots of dogs and their owners. Over 200 tickets sold for Bark in the Park night just in those sections for the folks that want to bring their pooches. So far they've been a little quiet, but if they get loud, we will let you hear the Bark in the Park action going on down the left field line.
There was a fan on the way in who stopped me. I should have asked for her name, but she said, "What about cats? Why isn't there a cat's net?" And she made a suggestion, which I'll tell you about in a second, which was fantastic. What a great promotional suggestion. Isaiah Tejeda, catcher for the York Revolution, at the plate, batting for the right side. Runner takes his lead. First pitch nearly hitting Tejeda. He has to jump out of the way. It's 1 ball and no strikes on a fastball from Melville. Angel Franco on the season has attempted 2 steals, been successful once, caught once, 1 for 2. Tejeda, meantime, at the plate. 313, 5 homers, 11 RBIs. Pitch on the way. Good hard slider, catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. So here's the idea this woman gave to me. Why don't you have a Cats in the Cradle night, have people bring their cats and combine it with a fundraiser for the Harry Chapin Food
Oh,
Bank?
there you go. I love it. I love it.
The problem is, of course, I've got a crazy cat at home. If they get loose, you're talking about a forfeit because there's no way to catch cats on the field. 1-1 pitch on the way is smashed down the right field line, and that is just foul. About a yard, maybe less, off the foul line down the right field line. He hit it hard. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, Bark in the Park, as that rhyme, it's just so. What are we going to meow in the meadow? Meow in the what? Where are we going with meow?
She suggested Cats in the Cradle, which
purr in the something. I mean, where are we going to go? We need
purr in the park.
Purr in the park. There you go. Purr in the park. There you go.
Not bad. But again, you put a cat on a leash, they don't react that well. You have to bring them in carriers. You're going to hold them. People holding their cats, and they get loose. I tell you, it'd be mayhem.
It would be. You're right.
Remember, cats don't care. Dogs, you know, they're people-friendly. Cats don't care.
Famous black cat in Mets history,
That's
of course.
right, 1969 against the Cubs. Very good, Chris. 1-2 pitch on the way. Big overhand looper. It's taken on a couple of hops by Danny Lyons. Over to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. But a nice play by Lyons. He had to wait for that high Baltimore chop, if you will. We call it a Central Islip chop here. He took it, flipped it over to second baseman Elmer Reyes, but there was no way to get Tejeda, who runs well for a catcher. He was streaking down the line, so he replaces Franco at first base, but now 2 down.
Yeah, Lyons did the best he could, as you said, David, to try to turn it, but it just bounced so high in the air by the time it landed in his glove, and he got it to Reyes. There was no chance to get to Tejeda, who keeps the inning alive.
Thus brings up Michael Burgess. Dangerous hitter. He's at 278. Couple of homers. Has knocked in 9. Again, batting from the left side of the plate. Tejeda being held on at first. And the pitch is a fastball. It's a high fastball, but called a strike by home plate umpire J.B. Torres. Frank Urilli is the umpire at first base tonight, and Silvio Martinez at third, or in the case of a left-handed batter, is just to our right of the second base bag. 0-1 the count to Michael Burgess as Melville steps off and fakes a throw to first base to keep Tejeda close. Being held on by Big Ducks first baseman Mark Krause. Burgess with an 0-1 count. Pitch from Melville. Big swing and a miss. Healthy cut by Burgess going after a high fastball. High heat. Unable to catch up with it 0-2.
This is what Melville wants, David. Get ahead not only 0-1 but 0-2 instead of falling behind as he did in the early hitters in this inning.
Tim Melville on the season. 20 and a third innings pitch coming into this start. 11 strikeouts, 9 walks. Control can sometimes be an issue. 0-2 pitch on the way to Burgess is a fastball way outside. And it's a ball and 2 strikes with 2 down, 1 on. Top of the first. Gorgeous night for baseball. Bethpage Ballpark. No score yet. Bark in the Park night. Even if you don't have a doggy you'd like to bring along, there's still a seat waiting for you. If you're contemplating, we'd love to have you. 1-2 pitch on the way. Runner fakes going, and this one is slammed to left field, and reaching up and making a beautiful grab, Anthony Vega. His first game back as a Duck, and an immediate impact like a gazelle going up with the glove and snaring it off the bat of Michael Burgess. A fine catch, and the side is retired. In the inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, a man left. We finished a half inning of play here at Bethpage Ballpark with a score. York nothing, Ducks coming up.
Hey fans, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Well, fans, every walk by a Ducks batter this season is presented by City MD Urgent Care. Now, there are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island offering the comprehensive quality care that you need the moment you need it. City MD Urgent Care. Need a doctor? Just walk in.
Bottom of the first here at Bethpage Ballpark. David Weiss along with Chris King. The Ducks and York Revolution, two teams that have struggled of late coming out of the gate early in the 2017 season, but there's a long way to go. The Ducks have been showing some signs of life, as Chris mentioned. Last half inning, they've been getting the pitching, especially the starting pitching, and some good work out of the bullpen. More often than not, it's been a struggle to string those hits together, and the power is there in spots, in spurts, but nothing consistent.
But you bring Anthony Vega in, David, and obviously he had a great year last year. That's going to help the offense.
Phelan Lentini at the top of the order for the Ducks, and the first pitch on the way from Steven Janus is in there for a strike, 0-1. Janus faced the Ducks 1 week ago tonight. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Lentini with a ground ball, booted at second base by Angel Franco. The throw-over is not nearly in time with Lentini's speed, even at age 39, among the fastest players in the Atlantic League. So immediately Lentini is on. It is scored a hit, and Phelan needs that.
He needs to get going somehow, some way, David, and he is the table setter at the top of the order. Again, came in batting just 186, last among all Long Island Ducks. So you get him aboard, though, and that changes everything with the speed he has.
This will bring up Delta Cleary Jr. Delta at 237, a homer, 7 RBIs. Lentini, despite the fact he has not hit a whole lot this season, has still, when he's gotten aboard, has done damage. He is 16 for 16 in the stolen base department. And taking a lead here, being held on by Michael Burgess at first. Coming set, Janus. And he's well aware of Lentini's stats. The entire league is. In fact, the entire country is. And he warrants a throw, and he's back easily.
Lentini tied for the league lead in stolen bases with Darian Sanford of the Barnstormers, so chance for him to take the lead. Oh boy, he was dancing there.
He was, and Delta swings and fouls it, looping it into the crowd down the left field line. So DC Jr. in a hole at 0-2. And we'll see what Phelan Lentini wants to do here. Again, 16 steals, has yet to be thrown out, which is nothing unusual for Phelan, who turns 40 this summer. Now the throw over, and he gets back easily.
Let's still go back to David. A couple of years ago, he had 42 steals in 42 tries. He wasn't caught once all year.
Yeah. Tell me how you do better than that.
In a year. It's
1
sick
year.
to go a whole season never caught stealing.
Nobody could throw him out. And still speedy at 39. 0-2 pitch. Phelan takes off, and he is in there with a stolen base. The ball driving well after Phelan got there. Stolen base number 17 out of 17 for Lentini. The pitch was up high, so it wasn't a bad pitch to throw, but it was off speed. Tejeda behind the plate really had no chance. Phelan with a very good jump.
Well, now the league leader in stolen bases is Lentini with his 17th of the season.
And Ducks trying to break out on top here. Break the ice early with Lentini in scoring position, and Delta Cleary Jr. at the plate. Batting for the left side against the righty Janus, and the 1-2 pitch is on the way, and slap foul down the left field line. Delta going the other way, hit it well, but foul, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I was talking to Kevin Baez earlier today, David, about Lentini, and he said, look, I know he's struggling, but he gave me a perfect example. Thursday in New Britain, Lentini went 0 for 3, but he drew 2 walks, he stole 3 bases, and he scored a run.
Yep.
So you look at the stat sheet, it's 0 for 3, right? But look what he did.
He's still having an impact. 1-2 pitch on the way. Gets away from catcher Isaias Tejeda. We'll see how it's scored, but the result is the same. Lentini now jogs over to third. He is 90 feet away from the Ducks' first run, and the count is 2-2 on Delta Cleary Jr.
I think it's going to be a pass ball because it hit the glove of Tejeda, and it looked like just a cross-up between he and Janus, and that's how it's scored, pass ball.
He had to come out of his crouch, but as you said, he got his glove on it. Carved off of it, went all the way back to the screen. Count now 2-2. Delta Cleary Jr. The infield is back with nobody out. And he hits one in the air, deep center field. Going back is Travis Witherspoon to the track and makes the catch just a couple of strides away from the wall. Lentini could literally walk home backwards. He scores the first run of the game, sac fly, RBI for Delta Cleary Jr., his 8th RBI. And Phelan Lentini scoring his 18th run of the game, run of the season. And Lentini gives the Ducks a 1-0 lead. And there's who let the dogs out. You're going to hear that every time the Ducks score.
A bark in the park night. You knew it was going to happen, and maybe those barking dogs on the recording will get the real dogs barking down the left field line.
And the first pitch to Elmer Reyes, second baseman for the Ducks, batting third. Catch at the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. So that was a run that Lentini produced. And the next pitch, almost barehanded by the pitcher Janus, is taken by the shortstop. The throw over, a nice scoop at first base. Ryan Dent's throw was low, in between hop for Michael Burgess. And he made the scoop a little awkwardly, about waist high, underhanded, but made it. Elmer Reyes is thrown out, and they're now 2 down. But think about Lentini, again, with an infield hit, his speed enabling him to beat it out when the ball was bobbled by Angel Franco. He steals the 17th base, gets to third on a pass ball, and scores on a sac fly. That's what Lentini can do.
It's incredible, incredible. Just a run out of thin air, David.
And here's Sonko at the plate. And he hits one fairly deep center field. Going back is Travis Witherspoon. He is looking up. And on Bark in the Park night, we will channel Patty Page.
How much is that homer that broke the window? I want to know, cause he's rounding the bases.
Sonko, the DH here tonight with a home run. That is number 6 on the season. He leads the Ducks in that category, and the Ducks have a 2-0 lead.
I knew you were hoping for that, David. A home run on Bark in the Park night, and Sonko delivers. What a start for Long Island. 4 batters in, they have a 2-0 lead.
Boy, does Sonko get all of that. Just a shade over from dead straightaway center to right center field. Hit it a long way, and they are barking. 1 ball and no strikes to Mark Krause at the plate. Just what the Ducks wanted, a big start here tonight. Did it with speed, and they've done it with power. As Krause fouls it out of play to the left side, and the count even at 1-1. As you said, Sonko leads the Ducks in that category in home runs with his 6th of the season.
And half of them have come against York pitching. That's his 3rd home run this year against the Revolution.
Krause batting from the left side. Janus's pitch is off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. To Mark Krause on the season, 275, 2 homers. And he is was tied for the lead in RBIs. Sonko driving in his 15th run as Krause, a base hit, slams it to right field. Ducks' 3rd hit of the inning. So the Long Island Ducks, who have struggled offensively, coming out of the gate nice and hot tonight.
Well, again, you go back 2 weeks, the Ducks went into York, Pennsylvania, and swept the 4-game series from the Revs, David. They won all 4, and they scored 31 runs in the 4 games. But last week here against York in a 3-game series, they scored only 7 runs, and they dropped 2 of 3. So right now they're looking like that Duck team that went to Pennsylvania and absolutely crushed Revs pitching 4 straight contests.
Well, Alex Byrd now trying to join the party at the plate. Catcher for the Long Island Ducks. Righty-righty matchup here. Pitch from Janus has the plate. And there's no balls, 1 strike to Alex Berg. At 279, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. Alex, the Ducks' primary catcher, playing in his 21st game. Not all behind the plate, but he's the guy they're counting on. As that fastball catches the inside corner, it's 0-2 to Berg.
We're talking about that home run by Sonko, David. The Ducks were in New Britain, Connecticut for 4 games this week, and they didn't hit a single home run. So good to be back home, and in the very first inning, Sonko does his thing once again.
So 0-2 count with a runner on, 2 out, 2 runs in. Fisted foul back to the netting by Berg. He was jabbed. And the count remains 0-2. 3 hits in this inning for the Ducks. Phelan Lentini led off with an infield single, bobbled by the second baseman, Franco. Stole a base, went to third on a pass ball, scored on a sacrifice fly from Delta Cleary Jr. to deep center. Elmer Reyes bounced out, then a solo homer from Sonko. Mark Krause with a base hit to right. And Berg at the plate, he fouls it to the right side. Count remains 0-2. It is 2-0 Ducks, and we're in the first.
Yeah, Alex Berg was the guy who hit the last Ducks home run before Sonko did here. He had it here Wednesday night in the win over the Revolution that ended that homestand for Long Island with a victory. So they go up to Connecticut and can't hit a homer in 4 games, come back home, do it immediately.
Coming set, Janus once again. And the 0-2 to Alex Berg, hit in the air, center field. Travis Witherspoon going over to his left and makes the catch for the final out here in this first inning. However, lots of action for the Ducks in inning number 1. 2 runs, 3 hits. There was a home run by Sonko and a man left. At the end of 1 here at Bethpage Ballpark, it's the Ducks 2, York nothing.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the National Anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, the Ducks Health Report is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. 2 pitchers still out with arm soreness. They are Keith Couch and Jack Snodgrass. Kevin Baez telling me today that Couch threw today. Snodgrass faced live hitting, and the only position player who's still out is Nolan Reimold, who has that side injury that occurred here last week against the Revs. He is day-to-day, so hopefully all 3 of those players back in action soon for Long Island.
And by the way, that Sonko homer back in the first inning, a solo blast to center field just off the dead center, right over that 400-foot mark. That was some blast. Was the Ducks' 20th home run of the season. Remember, they reached that magic mark of 100. It's $5,000 from Chappie's Funeral Home to the Quackerjack Foundation. So the Ducks with 20 homers on the season. And looking for more. At the plate now, Joel Guzman, the DH for the New York Revolution. Tim Melville on the mound, and there's a fast strike, 0-1 to Guzman. At 254, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Boy, you look at Guzman, and he looks Aaron Judge big, doesn't he?
Yep.
0-1 pitch, fouls it over our heads to the right. No balls and 2 strikes. Guzman is listed at 6'5", 250, which again is puny compared to Aaron Judge.
Judge is unbelievable, David. He's
6'8",
6'8", approaching 300 pounds. Incredible.
That's linebacker.
Yep.
More like a tight end because he's got good speed. 0-2 pitch, hard slider outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Guzman. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the York Revolution order against Tim Melville. Guzman will be followed by Brian Pounds and then Ryan Dent. 1-2 pitch on the way in this righty-righty matchup. Hit in the air. Looks like it's going to be playable. Alex Byrd coming over now being called off. Mark Krause has it just to the right of the first base bag and makes the catch. Guzman fouls out, 1 down.
And Guzman can absolutely tattoo a baseball. Just watching him do his thing here last week in that 3-game series, he crushed it all over the park and often ended up in the mid of a Long Island Duck. But boy, he showed you the power to all fields that he's had.
Never looks like he's swinging hard either,
No.
but he gets tremendous power behind the swing. Such a big guy. Brian Pounds, third baseman for the Revolution. 1 down, nobody on, top of the second. Ducks leading 2-0 here at Bethpage Ballpark. I know it's Bark in the Park night, but we've got a crow or something that's flying around behind home plate and making a nuisance of itself.
Yep.
Suddenly, Hitchcock comes to mind. It's the end of the world.
Let's hope he's not joined by as many as that Hitchcock classic. He's making his way. I think he's just trying to find his way out. And again, that netting behind home plate had him messed up, I think, and now he's on the other side of the netting.
And he's going to come close to us. Hey, you're going to hear me shriek in a second. 0-2 the count to Brian Pounds. And there's a fastball. You heard it pop into the
Here he
net.
comes, David. Here he comes.
There he is. A call, strike 3. Brian Pounds is called out. First strikeout of the game for Tim Melville, 2 down.
So Melville not distracted by that black crow at all.
And there are a couple of other birds flying around. And I saw the birds not long ago on Turner Classic Movies. The scene in the diner is my favorite scene because you got that guy sitting at the diner counter, and he says over and over, "It's the end of the world."
I think we just had a collision of 2 birds behind home plate, David. I really think we do.
I know.
Or it's a bigger bird picking on a smaller one, and the crowd's not happy about it. There are feathers everywhere. Feathers are flying in front of the flock.
Matter of fact, they're picking on each other.
They
They're going
are.
at it.
It's incredible.
We got fans making wagers behind home plate on this bird fight behind home plate.
Yeah, it is. It's distracting everybody. The batter has stepped out because it is a much larger bird going after a much smaller bird. And here comes home plate umpire J.B. Torres. Kevin Baez chasing them away. Good job, KB.
So the black crow leaves. This other bird, however, is in distress.
Yeah, that's the one making its way toward the Ducks dugout.
Yeah, he can't. And it's the smaller
Look at
bird.
Kevin. Look at Kevin. He doesn't want that big bird going anywhere near the little one.
And the little one, again, is trying to take off and can't.
And Kevin gets a nice round of applause.
So Chris King with some bird play-by-play here tonight.
Sorry for jumping on you there, Dave.
No problem. I think it's your calling.
Well, they got to do something for this younger bird, and now here's Dorothy Pitchford, who's done a lot of things medical-wise in her baseball career, but I wonder if she's ever done this.
Well, she's running after the little birdie now. She's put on some protective gloves, and she's going to try to pick this birdie up.
It's got to be just terrified with that big bird picking on it, literally. And
she
good
got it.
job, Dorothy.
She's got it. Great job by Dottie Baseball, who is now Dottie Birdball. And she will take it into the locker room. And CEO and Ducks principal owner, many years, Frank Bolton, having a laugh.
Yep.
Sitting there right behind the Ducks dugout. And the next pitch is downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Dent. So I'm sure somewhere online, out-of-town Atlantic League games will show BD next to the Ducks and Revolution. Bird delay. Gosh. You never know what you're going to see when you show up to Bethpage Ballpark. 1-1 pitch, fastball up high. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Of course, the most famous bird incident has to be Randy Johnson's fastball connecting with a bird.
Or Dave Winfield's throw.
Yeah, Dave Winfield's throw, that's right.
Which was tragic, but obviously not intentional. But yeah, the Randy Johnson thing was ridiculous. And this one's hit in the air off the bat of Ryan Dent. Coming back, Berg, and makes the catch. That's Berg, not Byrd. Alex Byrd completing a 1-2-3 inning for Tim Melville against the York Revolution. The Ducks just retired York 1-2-3, making this another PSEG Long Island energy efficient inning. With any energy efficiency programs for PSEG Long Island, saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1-2-3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. One more way, PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dennis O'Grady, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, the count 0-1 to Cody Puckett of the Long Island Ducks. Ducks leading it 2-0 here, bottom of inning number 2. Cody, the Ducks' third baseman here tonight. At .253, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, batting from the right side with a slightly open stance that has become so familiar to so many Duck fans, and he rips one to center field. Travis Witherspoon hardly had to move, now comes in a few steps and makes the grab for a quick first out here in the bottom of the second.
Well, there's no better time than now to sign up the young Ducks fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Now, children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com or calling 631-940-3825.
And a big welcome back to Anthony Vega. Vega returning. Third season as a Long Island Duck. Batting from the left side. Give you some of his stats from last season in a moment. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
Well, great to see him back. A Patchogue native right here on Long Island. Played his high school baseball at Patchogue Medford.
Next pitch, broken bat. Off the mitt of Steve Janus, taken by the second baseman. That's Angel Franco, and gets Vega by a fraction of a step. Close play, but 2 down. Boy, Vega with an impact for the Long Island Ducks last year, 125 games. The average, 249, really doesn't tell the story. Team high 11 homers, 45 RBIs, 75 runs scored, 16 doubles, 9 triples, and stole 24 bases. That is an impact player.
He trailed only Lentini and Cleary for stolen bases, and again, you need home runs. He had 11 of them, as you said, David, to lead Long Island. So he's going to help in the power department. He plays a terrific outfield and obviously can swipe bags too.
Here's Dan Lyons, hitting 9th in the order here tonight. And Danny takes inside strike, 0-1. Lyons on the season, struggling. He's at 203. No homers, 3 RBIs. Should have 3 hits in that doubleheader on Sunday, so maybe he's starting to come out of it. And they pitch inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Lyons, then back to the top of the order, and Phelan Lentini. We got a meeting on the mound. That's Isaias Tejeda, catcher, talking with pitcher Steve Janus, and home plate umpire J.B. Torres going out.
Yeah, making sure they're just talking signals, because otherwise it's going to be a charged timeout. 1 of 3 you're allowed, and he's actually charging them a timeout there. So he called that not related to signals, and that's the first time out of the game for the Revs.
We'll take note of that. Righty-righty matchup here. Janus's pitch to Danny is high and tight. 2 balls and a strike to Dan Lyons. Lyons also very proficient base runner. There may be guys faster, but very smart once he gets on the bases. Has 1 steal so far this season, but looking to get on more often so he can keep going. Can you hear the barking?
Very faint. We're starting to pick it up a little bit, though, David.
Yeah, they're getting excited. Ducks are up 2-0, so they're getting a little more excited as the game goes on. It's 3 balls and a strike to Dan Lyons. Next pitch is outside, so that's a walk. That's our first Duck Walk, brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in.
We talked about Melville coming in, David, with just a couple of more strikeouts than walks, and Janus has been on the other side of that. He starts the night with 10 walks, 9 strikeouts, so never good to have more base on balls than Ks for a pitcher, but that's where Steve Janus is so far this year.
Phelan Lentini was 1 for 1 tonight with that infield hit and did come around to score on a sacrifice fly after stealing his 17th base of the season. He takes a strike, 0-1. Janus gets ahead on Lentini. Coming from the right side, Dan Lyons with a good lead to the cutout. And Lentini watches a fastball land in the strike zone and is quickly falling behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. With 2 down, the Ducks leading 2-0. Ducks have a man on. That's Dan Lyons, who just walked. And Lentini at the plate. Next pitch on the way. He pokes one. Center field. Travis Witherspoon. No problem. Hardly had to move and makes the grab. And another putout for Witherspoon in center. In the inning for the Long Island Ducks. No runs, no hits, a walk, a man left. We have finished 2 at Bethpage Ballpark. Score remains Ducks 2, York nothing.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelan Lentini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
The New York York Sports Day is one of the largest independent New York sports news resources out there. For coverage of your Long Island Ducks, the Mets, the Yankees, major and minor league baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer, visit NewYorkSportsDay.com. That's NYSportsDay.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source.
Speaking of New York sports, I'm sure we'll have out-of-town scores being passed along during the game. Mets, Yankees, and, of course, some hockey action tonight as well. One of Chris King's many loves.
Absolutely, we'll get you there.
Predators and Ducks tonight with game number 3. Swing and a miss. Big swing from Travis Witherspoon, number 8 in the order for the York Revolution. Center fielder. No balls and a strike to Witherspoon. Comes into the game at 2:07, a homer, 4 RBIs. Batting against Tim Melville, who thus far through 2 innings has not surrendered a hit. Next pitch, catches the inside corner. Good pitch by Melville. Mixing it up in terms of location, and he's out in front of the count, 0-2.
And for a couple hours tonight, David, the Ducks have the New York baseball world to themselves, as the Mets and Yankees are both on the road in different time zones tonight.
0-2 pitch on the way, high and away. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Mets in Arizona, I believe.
Yeah, that's 9:40, and the Yankees in Kansas City, that's 8:15. So all Ducks until 8:15 tonight. We got another hour where they are the only New York baseball team playing.
That's worth barking about. And there's a base hit to right field. Going the other way is Witherspoon, batting from the right side, hitting it to right. And so Witherspoon getting the first hit off pitcher Tim Melville here tonight. He is aboard. Witherspoon has a couple of steals, has been caught stealing 3 times, however. 2 for 5 overall in that category. Derek Robinson, the number 9 hitter for York, comes to the plate at 231. No homers and 1 RBI. Batting from the left side against the righty, Tim Melville. The Ducks have a 2-0 lead early here at Bethpage Ballpark. We have mentioned the weather over and over, just absolutely gorgeous. Now, kind of a light breeze blowing out to right. But I see some light jackets, but more than not, it's just short sleeves. And again, that black crow, that nasty black crow is sitting, about 20 feet behind home plate umpire J.B. Torres right now. I think the crow wants to deliver his own balls and strikes.
I think he's going back to where he pecked the feathers off that smaller bird, David. Looked like he just ate one of the feathers.
It's a nasty bird.
Yep.
1-0 the count to Robinson as Witherspoon takes his lead, being held on by Mark Krause at first base. Melville coming set, now wheels over, and a very close call at first base, but diving back is Witherspoon, barely. So the count remains 1-0. Wide open stance for Derek Robinson, the right fielder, at the plate. Coming set, Melville takes a long look in. Now the pitch, and just misses the outside corner. Count now 2-0 to Derek Robinson. Jose Costanza, leadoff man, is waiting on deck.
These Revs have really struggled on the base paths, David. They have 17 stolen bases, but they've been thrown out 13 times. That leads the league, so most caught stealings.
17 for 30. That's not a great average in terms of steals. 2-0 pitch on the way is ripped left field. Coming in hard is Anthony Vega. Sliding, makes the catch. The throw over to first base to try to double up the runner. Witherspoon is not in time, but a fine play by Anthony Vega, his second Wem gem in this game as he returns as a Long Island Duck.
Yeah, that one coming in. The other one was going back on that crush ball by Michael Burgess to end the first inning. So Vega's already had his presence felt defensively here for Long Island in his season debut.
Jose Costanza, the leadoff man, now climbing in. Left-handed swinging Costanza. Led off the game at 6:38 tonight by lining out to Dan Lyons, who made a nice leaping grab, a kind of a humpback line drive. Very nice play by Danny as the game began. So 1 out, 1 on, and the pitch from Melville is a strike, 0-1. Ducks leading by 2. Offensively, there's been a problem in trying to get consistent production from the Ducks lineup. So obviously skipper Kevin Baez very happy the Ducks put a crooked number up on the board in the very first inning. Here we are, top of the third. Runner takes off. Alex Byrd, the throw down on a hop is not in time. So Byrd with a 1-hopper. Over to Elmer Reyes covering at second base, not in time. So stolen base from Travis Witherspoon. That's his 3rd steal of the season. He's in scoring position.
I think we're going to see both of these teams run quite a bit tonight, David, as both catchers have really struggled this year. Alex Byrd has only thrown out 3 of 17 trying to steal, and Isaiah Tejeda has only thrown out 1 of 13. So I think the base paths will be full of guys running tonight both ways.
Costanza at the plate. The count is 1-1. As Witherspoon takes his lead off second base. And the pitch on the way is just off the plate. Outside, 2 balls and a strike to Costanza. Two runs, 3 hits for the Ducks. No runs, 1 hit for the York Revolution. Melville for the Ducks giving up his first hit at the top of this inning when Witherspoon led off with a single. He has since stolen second. And there's a ground ball deep in a hole to Dan Lyons. He will flip over to first base in time to Mark Krause, and there are 2 down. Witherspoon holds on at second base.
And Witherspoon, the first rev to get to second base in this game for York tonight. His Ducks have done a real nice job so far.
See, Melville with that fastball that he throws, he's broken a couple of bats already tonight with probably more to come. He throws a heavy ball. And it's not easy to get good wood on it if it's off just a bit. You hit it on the label, the trademark as it was called growing up. I mean, your hands are going to sting. You're going to break that bat.
Remember, Tim Melville was in the big leagues just a year ago. He pitched 3 games for the Cincinnati Reds last summer.
Angel Franco, who walked his first time up, batting from the left side. With 2 down, 1 on. Witherspoon at second base, and first pitch swinging is Franco. Hits in the air, playable. Dan Lyons, short left field, calls everybody off, makes the grab, and that'll do it. So in the inning for the York Revolution, no runs, a hit, a stolen base, a man left at the end of 2.5. Go to the bottom of the third at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score remains Ducks 2, York nothing.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Keith Couch, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Well, hey, Ducks fans, the final out of that top of the third inning was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Now, did you know that a 15-minute call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com.
Once again, this is Bark in the Park night with pooch passes. Families were invited to bring their pooches with them, and there are plenty of them, possibly hundreds of them, down the left field line. You said 200 tickets were sold?
200 pooch passes were sold.
Wow.
So, again, might be a family of 2 or 3 bringing 1 dog, but still, you got to figure between, at least 50 dogs down there.
Absolutely. There are plenty outside the ballpark tonight. Fouling it out of play. Leading off here, the bottom of the third is Delta Clay Jr.
And that ball went into the pooch area, David. So know when a dog sees a ball, guess what's going to happen?
We're not going to see that ball again.
No.
0-1 the count to D.C. Jr. batting from the left side against the righty, Steve Janus. And that one is fisted in the air, short left field. Actually, Ryan Dent, the shortstop, will go back and make the catch on the grass. 1 down. It's been a popular promotion now for quite a few years here at Bethpage Ballpark. It's all about getting families here, whether it's with their doggies or not.
They just had to logistically find a way to do it, and they cordoned off the last couple of sections down the third base line so that the fans in the other areas of the ballpark can enjoy the contest as well. And those who want to bring man's best friend, they're having fun too.
Elmer Reyes bounced to short his first time up. And he is up now here in the bottom of the third with 1 out, nobody on. Steve Janus kicks and deals. Swinging at the first pitch, a ground ball. Nice hop for third baseman Brian Pounds. Throws completely across the diamond. And gets Elmer Reyes for the second out.
Let's see if Sanko takes a couple of pitches here, David. That's 2 quick outs for Janus.
Good point. Angelo Sanko with a long home run to center field his first time up. Went over the 400-foot sign, right over that P.C. Richard and Son sign. Just right of dead center field. Sanko, with his 6th home run of the season, now has 15 RBIs, leading the Ducks in both of those categories. That followed the sac fly from Delta Cleary Jr., Sanko providing the 2nd Duck run. And it's a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. And as Chris mentioned, you would expect Sanko here to take a couple of pitches. Takes the first one inside, 1-0. We'll make that 1-1.
I was just looking it up today, David. Sanko had started out so hot homer-wise, had 5 homers in his first 13 games, and then coming in tonight had none in his last 8, so he's back on track.
1-1 pitch is a looping curveball. Sanko swinging late, fouls it. Off to the left side, out of play. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on.
And had a 2-homer game against these Rebs earlier this year, so again, 3 of his 6 long balls have come against Revolution pitching.
Skipper Kevin Baez could not be happier with what Sanko has done since becoming a full-time Duck. And the pitch. Check swing from Sanko. Home plate umpire J.B. Torres checking with Silvio Martinez down the third base line. He signals safe, which means no swing. So Sanko has evened the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First baseman, the big Mark Krause, is looming on deck. Sanko again batting from the left side against the righty Janus. 2-2 pitch on the way inside. Sanko lifting that bat out of the way, and it's full now on Angelo at 3-2.
His 2-homer game was actually against Southern Maryland, as I remember it now. He did have 1 homer in York, 1 homer on Long Island in 2 different games against the Revolution.
We'll see what he does here. With nobody on, 2 down, count full, and there's a smash foul down the right field line. So the count remains full at 3-2. Sanko played with the St. Paul Saints of the American Association, also independent ball, during the past 3 seasons. If you think back far enough, St. Paul Saints, I remember Darryl Strawberry played with them for a time.
That was big news at the time. I do remember that.
Oh, did they sell out there?
Yep.
They went nuts to see Darryl. 3-2 pitch again on the way to Sanko. A curveball that is slapped to center field and falls in front of Travis Witherspoon, the center fielder. Angelo Sanko with a good night going. He had that blast in the first inning and a bloop single here. He's 2 for 2, and he's aboard with 2 down.
He's got a 5-game hitting streak now, hits in 7 of his last 8. He's been aboard in 8 straight games. So Angelo Sanko, ever since Nate Fryman left to sign in Mexico, has got an opportunity to play every day, and he's made the most of it.
So that brings Mark Krause to the plate, who singled his first time up. Heading from the left side, and this one is smashed to right field, but playable. Derek Robinson will take a couple of steps to his right and make the catch, and that will do it. That one looked like it was going to travel further than it did, but Krause flies out to end it for the Ducks here in the 3rd. No runs, a hit, a man left. At the end of 3 complete here at Bethpage Ballpark, the score remains the Ducks 2, York 0.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr., and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss along with Chris King. Ducks leading 2-0 going to the top of the fourth inning, and it's time for our fourth inning trivia, testing your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball in general. Tonight, though, let's go back to April 28, 2000. Chris, first night, Long Island Ducks, national pride. Remember?
I do remember it very well.
Who was the Ducks' very first leadoff hitter in that game?
All right, that I will have to put on the thinking cap, and I have it the other way. I do remember, I actually have the poster up in my office of the first pitch being thrown, so I know who the pitcher was.
That was our Edgar Ramos, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Very good, David.
All right.
Very good. So now I got to think of who that first hitter was, and I was talking about this a little bit last week. We'll get back to that in a second, but one of my prized possessions, I have Bud Harrelson's handwritten lineup from opening night.
That is great.
So one of my favorite Duck possessions as we go to the fourth here with Long Island leading it 2-0 for the Flock. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Revs. No runs, 1 hit, no error. Now you're going to get me thinking. I'm trying to do play-by-play, and I'm going to think of that.
So listen,
ask me when I'm doing color.
Wait a minute. I had the Black Crow distracting me. You got a trivia question.
Yeah, but they stopped the game for yours. They're not going to stop the game for me here, buddy.
I'll get the Crow to come back. How about that?
All right, Isaiah Tejeda takes a pair of pitches off the plate from righty Tim Melville, and the count 2-0 on Tejeda, who bounced into a force play back in the opening inning. So 2-0 Ducks as we start the fourth. And this one hit up the middle. Dan Lyons trying to cut it off. He won't be able to as it rolls into center field. Just the second hit of the night for the Revs, and the leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning.
Well, the Ducks want to protect this 2-0 lead here, scoring 2 quickies in that bottom of the first. Since then, it's been nothing across for each team. Both teams trying to get on track here in 2017.
So Tejeda at first, nobody gone, and here's Michael Burgess, who hit the ball very hard, almost a line drive to deep left, and Anthony Vega moved to his left and then reached up to grab, taking away an extra base hit from Burgess. Tim Melville peeking over his left shoulder at Tejeda over at first base, who has not attempted a stolen base this year. And now the first pitch is through to the backstop. Jumping over it was Burgess, and what will probably be a wild pitch puts Tejeda down to second base now in scoring position with nobody gone.
Well, that's how the Ducks scored their first run when Phelan Lantini had an infield hit and stole a base, advancing to third on the pass ball. Let's see what happens here, where the York Revolution get another man to second base, but Tim Melville has not given up a run yet, but a chance now for York to cut the lead in half.
It is a wild pitch on Melville that moves Tejeda down to second. Ball 1 to Michael Burgess, the first baseman and cleanup man for Mark Mason's York Revolution. Time called here at home plate. Tonight, the 8th meeting of the year between these two teams. Ducks are 5-2 against the Revs. Long Island had a 4-game sweep in York 2 weeks ago, and then the Revs won 2 of 3 on this field last week. Be a 1-0 here, and that nips the inside corner at the knees to even things up. So again, 3rd straight week that these two teams have had a series against each other. And again, they'll meet 10 times in the month of May. 1-1 the count here as Melville checks second. And out comes home. And just misses outside, 2-1.
Answer the phone.
It's my good buddy Steve Mears
There he
calling,
is.
but we're a little preoccupied. Big news for Steve today. If you missed it, my former partner with the New York Islanders is heading home to Pittsburgh. He's going to be the new Penguins television play-by-play man. So maybe he'll tune into the broadcast tonight, David, like he did last week when he was checking in on the Ducks.
Yeah, so we had a little back and forth.
Swing and a miss here by Burgess, and it's 2-2. But congratulations to Steve. Again, a Pittsburgh native, grew up following the Penguins his entire life, and gets the broadcast on television now for the Penguins as he signed a multi-year deal with Root Sports to be the new television play-by-play voice of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well-deserved, great guy.
Yep, he is one of the best people I've ever met in this business, so congratulations, Steve. 2-2 here is poked the other way into left field for a base hit. Tejeda was going back in case it was caught by Dan Lyons, so he'll go only as far as third. But the Revs immediately with the tying runs on here and nobody out to start the visitors' fourth.
Boy, good piece of hitting from Burgess, just going with the pitch and almost like a tennis backhand, just serving it into left field. And as you said, Tejeda was kind of leaning back towards second base, so there was no way he was going to be waved in. and no reason for it with nobody out. So runners on the corners, nobody out for the York Revolution, and Tim Melville has some work to do.
The first time tonight the Revs have gotten a man to third base. That's Tejeda. Burgess on at first with his first hit, so back-to-back singles. And now here is Joel Guzman, the DH, who fouled out to the first baseman Mark Krause back in the second. So big chance for the Revs here to try to cut this gap down. They trail by 2. First pitch to Guzman is up and in for ball 1.
Obviously, the Ducks at double play depth. They will give up that run. It's early. They'd love to exchange a run for 2 outs.
Melville staring into Alex Byrd. He's got the sign. He checks Burgess at first. Short of the cutout. And then a breaking ball is popped up. Out of play foul, first base side. 1-1 now on Guzman.
Guzman looks like that character from Major League. He is so intimidating at the plate.
He's really struggled this year against the Ducks, though, batting just 150 against Long Island in the season series. Big opportunity here for him to make amends, though. Melville's 1-1. Again, up and in for ball 2. Tim Melville's first year as a Long Island Duck, his 9th year of pro ball. Again, it took him 8 years to make it to the big leagues for the first time, starting in rookie ball, going all the way through AAA. But last year it finally happened for him. 3 games with the Reds, 2 as a starter, 1 as a reliever. 2-1 is in the air, shallow right center field. The second baseman, Elmer Ray, is going back, will make the catch, and that's going to hold the runner Tejeda at third, 1 away.
If it was anybody but Tejeda, somebody with maybe more speed, I think another runner might have tested the arm of Elmer Reyes, whose momentum was being carried backwards instead of forward, so it would have been a little tough to get that ball to the plate. But hanging on to Tejeda, still only 1 out, runners still at the corners.
So here's Brian Pounds, a strikeout victim looking back in the second inning, the only K recorded tonight by Tim Melville. So he gets the big first out, holding the runners at the corners. And here's Pounds with that open stance from the right side. Ready for Melville. And that slider up high for ball 1. And Melville's been terrific in his 4 starts for Long Island this year. He's allowed 2, 2, 2, and 3 runs earned in those outings. So 3 or less in all 4 starts, and 2 earned runs or less in 3 of the 4. No wins to show for it, though. He's 0-2 coming in as he gets a strike here, and it's 1-1. So Melville trying to pick up his first win as a Long Island Duck, and pitched against these Rebs here Wednesday in Long Island's 4-3 victory, but took a no decision. 5 1/3 of 5 hit 3-run ball. He's at 1-1 now on Pounds. Delivers, and that swung through in tight for strike 2.
Boy, Melville pounding that fastball in on Pounds, and when he takes a lot off and throws a curve, I mean, everybody's way out in front. Melville with so much natural ability, and what a fastball.
And Pounds tends to strike out a lot. He struck out earlier. He's fanned 27 times this year. That's 5th most in the league. And he's set up here at 1-2. Berg sets up away, and the pitch is away. Swing and a miss. He got him again. So his only 2 strikeouts tonight are Brian Pounds. But the Rebs, who had runners at the corners with nobody out, they're still there with 2 away.
We've seen this many times, though. The guy on the hill sometimes will let up just a bit when you get that second out. And then a run will come across nonetheless. But Melville needs to bear down here, and he can wriggle out of this first and third nobody out situation.
So here's Ryan Dent, the shortstop. He fouled out to the catcher Alex Byrd back in the second inning. 2 on, 2 out now for York, down 2 in the 4th. And taking something off it is Melville, but he dropped it in beautifully for strike 1. So Dent down early here. Coming in hot is Ryan Dent. Back-to-back multi-hit games and a 3-game hitting streak is what he brings in. One of the few Rebs that's hitting it all of late, as York coming in has lost 4 of 5. Again, the Ducks have lost 8 of their last 10 games. So a pair of teams looking at each other and saying, we're going to get healthy against you in this 3-game series. It's ball 1 to Dent, and the count now even, 1-1. Melville's pitch, down and away. 2 balls and a strike to the shortstop and 7-man. No relation to Bucky Dent is Ryan Dent, although, of course, they play the same position at short. So Tejeda still off third, Burgess at first, as Melville checks Burgess. And now his 2-1 is popped up foul behind the plate to level things off.
Take a look at the team batting stats, and the York Revolution next to last in team batting average at 243. Ducks are 10 points higher at 253, but still 6th out of 8 teams in the Atlantic League. Both teams have struggled, but the Ducks with 20 homers on the season now, Revolution just with 15.
So offense has been the problem certainly for York, but they've had terrific pitching. Here's the 2-2. And did he get him? He did. A call, third strike. So what a job by Tim Melville. After the Revs put runners at first and third with nobody out, he gets Guzman to pop out to short right center and then strikes out Pounds and Dent back-to-back to end the inning and keep Long Island on top. 2-zip. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th at the Duck Pond. Long Island with a 2-0 lead over the Revs.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tim Melville, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
We're back at Bethpage Ballpark. Long Island Ducks leading the York Revolution 2-0, going to the bottom of inning number 4. 4th inning trivia, testing your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. And the question that severely distracted our own Chris King. The Kinger's been working on this back to April 28, 2000. First night for the Long Island Ducks here, home opener of the Ducks. They were born that night. But who was the leadoff batter for the Ducks? And getting hit with the very first pitch is Alex Byrd. Wow.
So Alex Byrd hit by the first pitch from righty Steve Janus, and he takes his base. So good start for Long Island here. They lead it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And Dave, we got so into that inning, I kind of forgot about things. But you go ahead and give the answer. I think I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, the Ducks wasted no time. They had a former major leaguer of note on the
Chuck.
roster.
I'm coming up with a Chuck, right? No?
Chuck Carr.
Chuck Carr is who I'm thinking of.
Yep.
That was it?
That's it.
All right, I did out. At least I got the first name.
You got it, though.
I could not come up with the last name, though. I'm upset with myself.
Now, he wasn't an all-time great New York Met, but he was a familiar enough New York Met that he was basically the most recognizable Duck on that opening day roster.
Yep.
And Chuck Carr was the first leadoff man for the Ducks on that April 28, 2000 against the Nashua Pride.
I do remember Francisco Morales hit a home run that night, the first home run in Long Island Ducks history, although I believe it was Pete Incaviglia,
Pete
who hit the first one in the park. He did it for the Nashua Pride, the first home run ever in this ballpark. So the 0-2 here is down and away. And, David, I just remember it was cold. It was raw. The ballpark, of course, wasn't finished, but that didn't matter because you had to open up. But you know what? Minor League Baseball was here on Long Island. You and I were both here that night, and it's a night we'll never forget. And here we are 18 years later, right? It's incredible. So 1-2 the count now on Puckett. Ducks with a 2-0 lead, trying to add to it here against Janus in the 4th inning. And he rips it past the glove of the third baseman, Brian Pounds, and into left field. So good start for Long Island. Byrd at second, Puckett at first, and nobody out.
So how about that? Cody Puckett ripping a base hit left field. Alex Byrd taking second base. And the Ducks have themselves something cooking here, trying to expand on a 2-0 lead. Now think about this. This is the 18th season of Ducks baseball, but it was 17 years ago that you had opening. Because, I mean, that's Common Core math. I should have opted out. I'm sorry.
You're right, though. It seems like, if they started in 2000 and here we are in 2017, that's got to be 17 years. But no, you've got to count the 0-0 year, right?
It's the 18th season of Ducks baseball.
Here's Anthony Vega showing bunt and pushing it foul back behind home plate. So Kevin Baez trying to move 2 men along with Vega in his season debut. Grounded out back in the opening inning. Let's see if he keeps it on here at 0-1. Again, Vega was taking some college classes at the University of Arizona, so that's why he joins the Ducks late for a 3rd season on Long Island. Again, a year ago, only Phelan Lantini played more games for the Ducks. Phelan played them all, 140. Vega, not too bad, played 125. He squares early here, swings away, and lines it into the glove of the leaping shortstop, Ryan Dent. It's going to be an easy double play as he steps on second. And luckily for Long Island, David, Cody Puckett got back to first, or that would have been an easy triple play.
What a snag by Ryan Dent. He did look like Bucky Dent on that play. Jumping up, the legs were separated. I mean, incredible grab by Dent because that one was ticketed. It looked like it was already in left center field. And that would have meant at least 1 run, possibly more for the Ducks, but a double play. And the Ducks are just left with 1 base runner.
That is so lucky for Long Island, not a triple play, because Alex Byrd was practically at 3rd base. How did Cody Puckett stay at first? It's beyond me. But a little trickery there from Anthony Vega. I like that. Square around and then swing away. And he almost made it work for him. So Puckett at first with 2 gone, and here's Dan Lyons, who drew a base on balls. The only one issued tonight by Janus back in the 2nd inning. Takes downstairs, and it's 2-0.
Depending on how this game goes from here, and it's still tied at 2-0, that's a play we could well remember.
Yep, no doubt about it. And inning, both teams right now hope that they're not going to rue as the Revs at 1st and 3rd, nobody out, couldn't score. Ducks at 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And here Lyons, with his first hit of the night, will keep the inning alive as he singles the center.
And here's one of my pet peeves when people say, if not for that double play, Dan would have driven in a run. That is a conditional assumption because if the situation were different, the pitches would be different. You can't make that assumption. So cut it out.
Absolutely right. I completely agree with you. Well, Ducks still with an opportunity to put up some runs here in the home 4th, and Phelan Lantini back at the top of the order. Scored a run in the opening inning and then flew to center in the 2nd. He's 1 for 2 with a run in. Also stole his league-leading 17th base, and here puts a charge into it to center field, but right at Travis Witherspoon. 2-handed squeeze, and that'll do it for Long Island. No runs, a pair of hits, a hit batsman, and 2 left. We go to the 5th in CI. It remains the Long Island Ducks 2, the York Revolution nothing.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the National Anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, Duck fans, when it comes to Hampton Coffee Company coffee, you could either chill out or warm up. Thankfully, today we finally could chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee, available at the concession stands here at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee, the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes out in the beautiful Hamptons.
Well, we go to inning number 5 at the beautiful Duck Pond. Long Island with a 2-0 lead over York, and right-hander Tim Melville into his 5th inning of work against the 8-man Travis Witherspoon, the center fielder for the Revolution. Gets strike 1 on him, and it's 0-1. Witherspoon, a single to right and a stolen base, his only time up back in inning number 3. So Ducks with 6 hits on the night, Revs with just 3. But again, both teams had 2 men aboard to start the 4th inning and couldn't get a run across. Popped up the other way to second, Elmer Reyes drifts slightly left, squeezes it with both hands, as you're taught, for out number 1.
Coming into the game, we mentioned that Tim Melville, with that great fastball, change of speed, sometimes it's about location. He's walked probably more batters than he would have liked this season, but only 1 walk tonight, has struck out 3, but has really been in command. Yes, there have been some situations he had to extricate from, but overall, he's had some good stuff.
He really has. Again, Melville spent the first 6 years of his career all in the Royals organization, then 2015 with the Tigers, 2016 with the Reds, finally getting to the big leagues. Here's Derek Robinson, shows bunt, draws it back, and takes the pitch up high for ball 1. Robinson went the other way to left. Anthony Vega made a nice catch on him back in the 3rd. And Vega returning to Long Island today and playing left field. Had an impact already defensively with a couple of great grabs. Here's the 1-0 to Robinson. And that number foul. Polanco, the third base coach, will grab it and flip it into the seats. It's 1-1 now to the 9-hitter, Robinson.
Vega with an impact defensively and would have had an impact offensively with that line drive. I still can't get over that catch by Ryan Dent at short. What a snag.
Danny Lyons had a great leaping catch as well to start the game for Long Island as Robinson looks at 1 low. 2 balls and a strike now to Derek. Robinson hitting .300 against Ducks pitching in the season series. And Long Island has won 5 of the first 7 games between the two teams. 2-1 is away. And in fact, the Ducks' only series win all year was in York. That 4-game sweep 2 weeks ago. So they have not won another series, and it's all about trying to win series. Long Island won 5-1 in the 7 series they've played so far. A win, 5 losses, and 1 split of a 4-game set. As here missing low is Tim Melville, and that's going to put Derek Robinson aboard on his 2nd walk of the night.
Robinson does have some speed. He's 3 for 6 in the stolen base department this season. And we'll see how skipper Mark Mason wants to play it here. In a 2-0 game, York trying to get on the board.
Yeah, Revs don't run much. We talked about it, David. Those 3 stolen bases for Robinson led the team coming in. So you put that in perspective. Phelan Lentini has 17 steals for Long Island. The Revs have 17 steals as a team. Back to the top of the order for Jose Costanza. And he takes low and inside for ball 1. Costanza has lined out to Lyons at short and grounded to Danny as well. So one of those opposite way hitters who likes to inside out the ball. And Lyons, I'm sure, is ready for it to come his way once again. Melville set right at the letters is 1-0. Is on the outside corner at the knees. Strike 1.
That's a question worth exploring. We live in a day and age where you have these severe shifts with fielders all over the place.
Yep.
Outfielders, infielders, whatever. You don't see that in the Atlantic League.
Not too much. Not too much. And as you pointed out, David, earlier, the outfield more than anything is shifted around here towards left for Costanza. 1-1 is away as Melville tries to pick him apart back door here and misses. 2 balls and a strike now to Costanza, who's been the Revs' best hitter this year against Long Island. He's hit .368 against Ducks pitching in that season series. He's got Robinson at first with 1 away. Batting in the top of the 5th, York down 2-0. 2-1 here is taken the other way, and this time he got it by Danny Lyons. And it's the center fielder, Delta Cleary Jr., in dead left center, if you will, who plays it. And once again, the Revs with a tying runs aboard here and only 1 away.
In that particular case, Costanza hit it more toward the middle, just to the left of the second base bag, and Danny Lyons has Chris Matthews playing deep in the hole. So no way for him to get over there. 2 runners on again, once again. This calls for Tim Melville to bear down and got a meeting on the mound.
This will be the first time out for Long Island as their new pitching coach. Billy Horn is out to talk to Tim Melville here in a big spot. Melville again wiggled out of a 1st and 3rd nobody out jam last inning by getting a pop out and then back-to-back strikeouts. And here once again, Horn just wants to make sure that everybody's on the same page in a big moment in this game in the top of the 5th. There were a couple of matinees earlier today in the Atlantic League. In fact, a doubleheader up in New Britain, Connecticut. The battle of the Connecticut teams. The Bees beat the Bluefish 4-0 in the first game, but the Bluefish returned the favor with a 7-2 win as they began a 4-game set up in Connecticut. A good rivalry between those two teams since New Britain joined the league last year. You got two teams in the same state that get to go head-to-head now. So meeting on the mound is done, and let's see what happens here for Angel Franco, who has walked and popped to short. Melville's first pitch will be delayed as he's going to spin off here just to bring Robinson back to second base. Of course, we'll keep you updated on the night action tonight. Lancaster and Southern Maryland start a series in Waldorf, Maryland, and the battle of the first-place teams tonight in Bridgewater, New Jersey, the Skeeters and Patriots go head-to-head. Again, Melville's going to spin off, so very concerned with Robinson over at second base. Costanza's at first. They are one-out runners for the two-hitter, Angel Franco. Franco likes to go the other way as well. Cleary playing him in center to hit that way, not as much as he did for Costanza, but still slightly shading the other way. Here, good block by Alex Byrd, or else that might have gone through him, David, and he moved both runners up a base. Of course, Melville had a wild pitch last inning that moved Tejeda from first to second.
Hopefully Tim Melville will not be as distracted by what's happening on the base paths as we were from a bird fight that happened here on the field back in the second inning.
That was so bizarre.
Yeah.
A large bird picking on a small bird, and to the rescue came Kevin Baez and Dottie Baseball.
Yes.
The 1-0 coming. And that got the outside corner at the knees. Nicely framed by Alex Berg, who set the target, never had to move it, and got the call he was looking for.
If anyone captured that entire episode on a smartphone, that could go viral.
Yep,
I mean,
you're right.
That is really something.
Yeah,
that
if somebody had a good close-up of that, you're right. Absolutely.
The whole thing.
And somebody probably these days, David, somebody probably did. Somebody sitting right behind home plate.
Watch for it.
The 1-1. And that bounced to the right side. The second baseman, Reyes, to Lyons at short for one on the first. In time! Oh, beautifully dug out on one hop by Mark Krause. And the Ducks turn it into an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. For the Revs, no runs, a hit, a walk, and one left. We are halfway home in Central Islip. Ducks still with a 2-0 lead.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Chris King, halfway through. Bottom of the fifth coming up, 2-0. Ducks lead the York Revolution, and as Al Pacino said in Scent of a Woman, we're just getting started. 6-game homestand. This is the first of 6 against the York Revolution and Somerset Patriots. 2 more against the Revs. That's tomorrow night and Thursday night. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the upcoming weekend, 3 against the first-place Somerset Patriots.
What a monster series that'll be for Long Island. And not only that, David, but the first visit by the Patriots since they came here in the Liberty Division Championship Series with a 2-0 lead in the fall, only to have the Ducks win the next 3 straight games. And it was Long Island that went to the finals, not the 6-time champion Patriots.
And that beautiful line delivered by Michael Pollack that you hear in our broadcast introduction. The comeback is complete, and Somerset's still stinging from that.
Here's Delta Cleary Jr. putting a sting into it. Right center field, the center fielder Witherspoon over, and he's able to make the grab a couple of feet short of the warning track for a loud, long first out off the bat of Delta.
I've got at least 6 putouts by Travis Witherspoon in center field tonight. 6.
Reyes, number 13.
I mean, he has been busy out there.
I think you're right. That's what I have, David. 6 as well. Wow, he is really. So the Ducks at this point, let's see, that's 1 out into the 5th. So he's got 6 of the 13 outs recorded. That's not bad.
Wow.
So Steve Janus, I think, owes something to Travis Witherspoon out there as the right-hander gets strike 1 here on Elmer Reyes, who twice has grounded out to the shortstop, Ryan Dent. Again, bottom of the 5th, Ducks with the 2-0 lead. Long Island opening a 6-game homestand tonight, and they will also play 13 of their next 17 games here in the comfy confines of Bethpage Ballpark. Although they're only 2-7 at home this year. The 0-1 is again hit deep to right center. Here's Witherspoon again, and he's got another one. So 3 straight 8s now on my score sheet, 2 away.
At the very least, it's keeping Travis Witherspoon awake and very busy. He's got a good jump on everything out there.
So now he's got half, David. He's got 7 of the 14 outs recorded by the Revolution falling in his glove.
And by the way, there was one more fly ball to Witherspoon that went over his head and over the wall. That was Sanko's home run, went over Travis Witherspoon's head.
Here is the aforementioned Sanko, who has had a night. Homer and a single, 2 for 2 with a run and a ribby. Takes low and in for ball 1. Again, his homer is team leading 6. The solo shot just to the right of center field back in the opening inning. And then his single went to center 2 in the 3rd. So the red-hot Sanko trying to prevent the Ducks from being retired in order for the first time tonight. But he swings through this Janus pitch, and it's 1-1. Home plate umpire J.D. Torres delivering a brand new baseball to Steve Janus in his first year as a York Revolution. Just 25 years of age, Janus out of Marietta, Georgia. 4 years of affiliated ball, all of it in the Braves organization. Rookie through AAA, but never getting to pitch in the majors. 1-1 is fisted foul down the left field line towards the doggy area, David. We're waiting to see if we see any dogs racing after that one. That'll come up a little short of the dog area in the last couple of sections on Bark in the Park night.
Yeah, how good has this game been? It's so tense, even the dogs are concentrating. You don't hear them whining or barking at all down the left field line.
Not too much tonight. The 1-2 is on the outside corner, a called 3rd strike.
Wow.
So first time tonight, Long Island goes 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 6th in CI. The Flock have a 2-0 lead over the Revs.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is Jim Fuller, left-handed pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Go to the top of the 6th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark, and skipper Kevin Baez has made his first pitching change of the evening. Tim Melville has taken a seat, and into the game, the unmistakable delivery of Zach Treese, the 6'3" right-hander from Hot Springs, Arizona. Treese on the season making his 13th appearance, leading the Ducks in that category. 13 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 10 hits. He has struck out 9. He has walked 6, 5 earned runs, an ERA of 3.38. and an overall record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Zach Treese into the game to face the York Revolution here at the top of the 6th with the Ducks leading 2-0.
Well, Zach back for his second year of action for Long Island. Pitched in just the playoffs a year ago. 4 playoff games, independent ball only in the career of Zach Treese. So a bit of an unusual role for Atlantic League players that have no affiliated ball, but occasionally you do come across those who've found success at the independent level without playing affiliated ball. And certainly Zach Treese is one of those. So best outing of the year for Tim Melville. 5 innings of 4-hit shutout ball, and he turns it over to Treese here as we start the 6th, and he'll go against the top of the order, Tejeda, Burgess, and Guzman. First pitch swinging is Tejeda, fouls it away down the right field line. The first baseman, Kraus, gives it a look, but it's well into the seats for strike 1.
Unofficially, 5 innings pitched for Tim Melville. As you mentioned, 4 hits, no runs given up. Struck out 3, walked 2. We'll have more numbers to pass along in a bit, but a sharp outing for Tim Melville, no matter how you slice it.
And again, looking for his first win of the season. He came in 0-2 with a 3.98 earned run average, but again, he's now gone 5 starts, allowing 3 earned runs or less in all 5. 0-1 is fisted towards short. Lions back and then in as he was fooled on it, but able to make the catch for the first down.
Yeah, a little looper off the bat. It looked like it would travel a whole lot further than it did, but Danny stayed with it, and we have 1 down.
So 1 up, 1 down. Here's Michael Burgess, the cleanup man and first baseman. Flew out to left and also singled to left. And he will stand in from the left side. Good start for Treese. Towing the rubber right from the middle is the right-hander with the long flowing locks out the back of his hat. And missing here on the shoe tops of Burgess with ball 1.
He's got the flowing locks, almost Jacob deGrom style. Then you've got the high socks, and you've got that herky-jerky delivery, which is so tough, especially on right-handed batters.
The 1-0 is in there. I'll tell the folks the story, David. Normally what happens is when there's a pitching change, David and I have a routine in the booth. I get the binoculars out, let him know who it is. He gets all the details on who's coming into the game. Well, when Zach Treese is running in from the bullpen, you don't need the binoculars because there's only one guy who looks like that. As here it's ripped fair down the right field line by Burgess. Digging it out is Lentini. He's going for second. Here's the throw, but it's cut off, and he'll be in there standing with a 1-out double.
Burgess just ripping it. Left-handed swinging Michael Burgess went straight over the bag. No chance at all for Mark Krause to react in time at first base to try to snare that one. And Burgess in scoring position with 1 down.
So again, first extra base hit of the game for the Revs. All 4 hits against Tim Melville were singles. And now an opportunity for York to break through, but they have left 2 men on in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. They had first and third, nobody out in the 4th, and had a man at second base with 1 out in the 5th. So Duck pitching has done an unbelievable job of keeping them off the board thus far, and now Treese will try to do what Melville did especially well in his final 2 frames. Here's Joel Guzman, 0 for 2, and it's off the mitt of Berg and kicks to the backstop, and that's going to allow Burgess to trot to third on what probably will be a pass ball.
Well, another tough situation for the Ducks here to try to keep York off the board, and we'll see how skipper Kevin Baez wants to play this. I would think the infield's going to stay back and that it's not the tying run. And Guzman with all that power.
Yeah.
You know, he could tie up this game just with a flick of that bat with the power he puts into it. Brief meeting at the mound between catcher Alex Berg and Zach Treese. And now we go back to business with a real threat here once again for the Revolution.
It is a pass ball on Alex Berg. That moves Burgess over to third base. So again, a deep fly ball off the bat of Guzman could cut the Long Island lead in half. And here Treese will reset, hunched over, staring into his battery mate Byrd. First pitch is lined through the left side and in the left field by Guzman. Scoring from third is Burgess. It's an RBI single for their DH, and they've gotten themselves on the board here. York trails it 2-1.
Guzman just smashing that one underneath the glove of the diving Cody Puckett, who came close. And Danny Lyons was playing deep in the hole as well, but that was Puckett's ball, just unable to get his glove on it. And Guzman did what York needed him to do And the lead has been cut in half.
His 12th run batted in the year for Joel Guzman. Or check that, his 11th, and that ties him with Tejeda for second on the team. Here is Pounds taking the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 on Brian Pounds. A strikeout victim looking in the second and swinging in the fourth, and now has fanned 28 times this year, 5th most in the league. So you know what Zach Treese is thinking about here. He gets the first strike and now misses in tight. They're going to appeal. But first base umpire Frankie Riley says he did not go around. It's ball 1.
Last time Pounds was at the plate, it was first and third, just one down. That was that great Houdini job.
Yes.
Tim Melville to get out of runners on the corners and nobody out. Striking out Pounds for the second out in that 4th inning.
We talked about that run by Ducks starting pitchers coming in. Long Island has added to that. The 1-1 here is a curveball low. Make it 8 straight games now, David, where Ducks starters have given up 3 runs or less in the game. That's a great run right now for the Long Island rotation.
Yeah, those are quality starts. And again, the Ducks offensively have got to get it together to take advantage of it.
Treese is 2-1, way off the plate. A swing and a miss by Pounds, then a throw down to first. But Guzman is back. And I don't think Pounds could have hit that with the proverbial 10-foot pole with the break on that curveball.
Yeah, what do we say about Zach Treese's delivery? You're hitting from the right side.
Yep.
And, you know, Treese is standing on the rubber toward the third base side, and the ball's coming diagonally across the plate.
That's amazing.
A curveball's going to be way outside. You'll swing at it.
Here's a 2-2. More breaking stuff. Did he get it? He did. A called third strike. So Pounds has the hat trick. He's down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. But Treese has a big second out here in the visitors' 6th.
4th strikeout overall for Ducks pitching. First, obviously, for Treese, who is 1 out away from getting out of this inning, and the Ducks retaining the lead.
So Guzman still at first with 2 away. He has not attempted a stolen base this year. And here is Ryan Dent, who has fouled out to the catcher and looked at strike 3 as well. So Treese trying to limit the damage here after the Revs break the shutout. And that time a hard breaking stuff, a slider for strike 1.
Well, Chris, this game has all the elements that you and I love. Low scoring, good pitching, great defense.
Yep. It has had it all. You're right, David. A great point. 6 hits for each team. Ducks lead at 2-1 as Treese, the first reliever in the game, missing up and in with a ball.
Listen, over the years, you and I have seen our share of 13 to 11 games.
Yes.
that have gone for 4 hours or more. But I think this one much more enjoyable.
No, I agree with you. It's been great pitching and especially great defense both ways. The 1-1 is a broken bat roller to short. Lions the short way to Reyes at second, and that will retire the side. But the Revs do get a run on 2 hits and leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th at the Duck Pond. Long Island leads York 2-1.
Hey fans, this is catcher Dominic Blanco, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Well, Duck fans, you can follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to meet the Chappies Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks reach that 100 home run mark collectively, Chappies Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappies Funeral Homes, where caring for others is their family tradition. 20 homers on the season for the Long Island Ducks here in their 25th game of the season. Home run number 20 came off the bat of Angelo Sanko earlier this evening.
Well, the Revs finally break through in the 6th. We go to the bottom of that frame. 2-1 Long Island, and here's Mark Krause against Steve Janus into his 6th inning of work for the Revs starter, and he misses here with ball 1. Krause tonight 1 for 2 with a single to right in the 1st and a fly out to right in the 3rd. Takes away, it's 2-0. Mark, the biggest reason why the Ducks are 5-2 against the Revolution this year, he has hit .417 against Revs pitching in the season series.
He likes York.
He likes it a lot. Here he fouls one down at the plate. I believe he got a piece of that, and it's 1-2 now on Mark Krause.
Isn't that something, how one player can wear out another team, even if they're different pitchers, different styles, doesn't make a difference. Maybe it's the color of the uniform, whatever it is. There are players who just wear them out.
I mean, .417, that's incredible, hitting over 400 in the 7 games between these two teams. So Krause tonight 1 for 2 is going to push that average a little higher in the games between these clubs. And now he'll get a 2-1 here from Janus, and he's going to ask for timeout first. So he'll kick around the dirt a little bit in that left-hand batter's box as Janus stands tall in the middle of the rubber and waits for him to get ready. Here is the 2-1. And he thought about it, checked his swing. It's called a strike to even things up. And bottom of the 6th, Ducks with a 2-1 lead, trying to make it a win and put together back-to-back home wins for the first time all year. Beat the Revs here last week on Wednesday night to close out a 3-game set. Hits it deep down the left field line, but slicing out of play, and it's a foul ball. Ducks won their home opener, David, against the New Britain Bees, then lost 7 straight home games to tie a franchise record before beating these Revs on Wednesday night. So bookend wins at home with the 7 losses in between. And again, with so many home games coming up, 13 of the next 17 at the Duck Pond, they've got to find a way to get back to that team they've been the last 2 years at home. Last year they opened up 10-2 at home. 2 years ago they won 17 straight home games. The 2-2 is just a way to run it full on Krause.
No doubt. Next couple of weeks will make or break the Ducks for this first half. They want to climb back in and push the Somerset Patriots. It begins with that big series coming up later this week.
Payoff here is in there, a called 3rd strike as Krause knew it all the way. And Janus, who had his first strikeout last inning, gets another one here, both looking one away.
Sometimes we belabor the point, but last season, the Somerset Patriots started the season at 13-0. The Ducks lost 6 of their first 7. The Ducks won the first half title. There's always time, and the Ducks have been streaky in seasons past, and there's no reason to think otherwise this year.
And again, remember, Somerset is hosting Sugarland in a 4-game series that begins tonight. So the 2 best teams in the league hooking up, and Ducks hoping they can get some help from the defending champion Skeeters here, as Byrd couldn't hold up here. He waves through the first pitch. 0-1 on Alex, who has flied to center and been hit by a pitch. Here's Janus's 0-1. And swing and a miss in tight, 0-2. So you remember that start you talked about, David. 13-0 Somerset, Ducks 1-6. Patriots actually had a 3-game lead with 10 games to go in the first half. They completely collapsed. The Ducks caught fire, and Long Island ended up winning it easily in the first half. 0-2 is in the dirt and blocked by Tejeda, but I mean, you have a 3-game lead with 10 games to go. You should be able to get that home or at least make it interesting. But Somerset, it was so hot early, got ice cold late. Ducks, who were so cold early, caught fire when it mattered. And Long Island won the first half.
And a quick recap of the rest of the season. Somerset wins the second half. Ducks face Somerset. They lose 2 in Somerset. Win 3 in a row here.
Unbelievable. The 1-2 here is fisted to first. Burgess will wave off his pitcher, Janus, and take it to the bag himself. And Janus catching fire here late, has now retired. 6 straight Ducks, 2 gone.
Yeah, Ducks look a little off balance at the plate with Steve Janus, who we mentioned 1 week ago tonight. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, only 1 earned run, struck out none, and walked 3. Tonight he has struck out 2, but his control has been sharp. He's only walked 1.
Again, he's had 1 very good outing against the Ducks. That was that one. He's had 1 very bad one as well. Here's Cody Puckett taking up high. That bad outing was in York on May 3rd. Knocked out of the game in the 4th inning was Janus. He gave up 11 hits and 8 runs in just 3 1/3. So this is his 3rd straight start against the Long Island Ducks. He had the horrible one in Pennsylvania, the good one here, and tonight another good one. 1-1 to Cody, who fisted on the infield. Might be a tough spot for everybody. No! The third baseman, Brian Pounds, sticks out his glove and makes the basket catch to end the inning. And for the second straight frame, Long Island goes 1-2-3. We go to the 7th in Central Islip. It's the Long Island Ducks 2, the York Revolution 1.
Hey fans, this is infielder Giovanni Alfonso, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss along with Chris King. It's Bark in the Park night, and the Ducks are barking up the right tree so far tonight, leading 2-1 going to the top of the 7th. We have our second pitching change by skipper Kevin Baez of the Ducks, replacing Zach Treese, who would replace Tim Melville. It's Amalio Diaz, the 30-year-old right-hander from Chandler, Arizona, who enters the game here in the top of inning number 7. Diaz with very good numbers so far this season. 9 appearances so far. This is 10th, all in relief. 9 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 6 hits, no earned runs, has struck out 14, and walked 1. I don't know how much better you can do than that. He has 1 save. He is a record of 1-0. Amalio Diaz, who has been lights out so far this season, enters the game here with the Ducks clinging to a 2-1 lead.
Well, 6 innings in the book. The Long Island Ducks with a 2-1 lead for the Flock. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Revs. 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. It's Chris King and David Weiss. We thank you so much for tuning in to Ducks Baseball tonight around the world at liducks.com, at youtube.com/ducksbaseball, and at Facebook Live, facebook.com/liducks, and making us a part of your Tuesday night entertainment. So Zach Treese works 1 inning. It was the 6th. He allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. He did not walk a man, and he struck out 1. Again, he was the first reliever in after Tim Melville tossed 5 shutout innings of 4-hit ball. Melville tonight threw 80 pitches, 47 strikes, and 23 balls. So we go to the 7th, Long Island with a 2-1 lead. And here's Travis Witherspoon to lead it off against Diaz. Witherspoon 1 for 2 with a single to right in the 3rd and a pop out to second in the 5th. So righty-righty for Amalio, who, as David told you, has not given up a run all year. And he's rudely greeted by Witherspoon here as he dumps it in to left. Vega on it quickly to toss it in. And the tying run aboard for the Revolution.
Boy, what a night for Travis Witherspoon, who has been extremely busy in center field. Only 1 ball was one that he was unable to grab. It went over his head and over the wall. Otherwise, he has been superb in center, and now 2 hits at the plate.
So Witherspoon 2 for 3. And here's Derek Robinson 0 for 1 with a walk. He flew out to Vega in left back in the 3rd inning. So Witherspoon with a stolen base already tonight. That was back in the 3rd inning. And that tied him for the team lead with just his 3rd steal of the season. But again, remember, he's been caught stealing 3 times as well. So let's see how they play it here with Robinson in that wide open stance from the left side. Switch hitter standing in. Diaz going to throw over in a close play, but Witherspoon diving back to the bag, hands first, under the tag of Mark Krause.
Something you don't see a whole lot of in this day and age are right-handers with good moves to first base. Don Drysdale, dating myself here, had one of the best moves and was a pickoff leader, and he was a right-hander.
Diaz holds the set at his belt, and again fires over in the dirt. Close play, but again they rule Witherspoon back, much closer than the last one. So Amalio's trying to keep that tying run as tight to the bag as possible.
And Kraus did a good job on that short hop, but the ball and runner arrived at the same time, very close.
So again, Witherspoon walks the initial lead, just short of the cutout. Now the secondary to the cutout. Waiting the first pitch is Robinson, and he takes away for ball one.
One of those things that makes Diaz very, very tough to hit. Very hard to pick up the release point.
Yep.
He kind of short arms the ball, almost shot puts it to the plate, and he's got a lot on it, but you don't know where it's coming from.
Falls behind here, 1-0. Holds that set, and again fires. Another close play, but Diaz has to be careful here, David. He's putting that ball awful close to the dirt, and you certainly don't want it to skip through the glove of Mark Krause and then just give Travis Witherspoon second base.
Or hit the runner and the ball caroms away.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, he's putting it, you're right, tight to the runner and tight to the ground. And Mark Krause has done a nice job of backhanding the ball each time. Here's the 1-0, and that foul behind the plate. 1-1 now on Derek Robinson. Again, we're in the top of the seventh. Ducks with a 2-1 lead. Opener of a 3-game homestand, or opener of a 3-game series and a 6-game homestand for Long Island. For the Rebs, it opens a big road trip as they'll go from here to Sugar Land, Texas for 4 games. So 7-game road trip begins tonight for York. Both clubs trying to get back on track. Struggling to produce offensively, and tonight's been a good pitching matchup and defensive show from both sides. Diaz misses high and away. It's ball 2.
Well, we had temperatures in the 70s today across the area, 68 at first pitch at 6:38 this evening, and I just saw my first mosquito of the season.
Oh,
it is somewhere in the booth, and I will get it.
Yeah, make sure it doesn't get us, all right? I want to deal with that. Nothing more annoying than a mosquito bite.
It's here.
My goodness. Skeeters don't arrive till the next series here on Long Island. As the Ducks, we mentioned, will play 13 of the next 17 at home. Long Island with this 6-game homestand. They'll head to Bridgeport for 4, then come home for a 7-game homestand, 4 against Lancaster, 3 against the Skeeters in that rematch of the championship series of a year ago, won by Sugar Land. 2-1 here, down and in. And so Diaz now at 3 balls and a strike after allowing the 8-hitter, Witherspoon, to reach on a single, is in danger of walking the 9-man.
Amalio working himself into a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 7th.
Something Diaz hasn't had all season, as David detailed, giving you the numbers. Big 3-1 pitch here. Let's see if Robinson is taking. He rips it foul down the right field line. And now the count full.
So it was a guessing game. Cat and mouse, pitcher and batter. In that case, Robinson was guessing, guessed right, got a fastball right where he wanted it, but he was out in front.
So let's see what Mark Mason wants to do here on a payoff pitch. Nobody out. Might be a good time to send Travis Witherspoon here. Hope that Derek Robinson can hit a gap and maybe tie this game. He's right at the cutout. Diaz at the belt. Holds the set. He goes. The pitch is on the ground to second. Reyes has only one play to first, and he just does beat Robinson there. So putting the runner in motion kept them out of potentially a double play ball. And they get the man in scoring position with 1 away on the 4-3 ground out.
Certainly surprised Elmer Reyes. I didn't think that he realized Eric Robinson was streaking down the first base line, and that was an extremely close play at first base, but out by a fraction of a step. So Witherspoon in scoring position, tying run at second.
So back to the top of the order for Costanza. Jose tonight 1 for 3 with a single to left center his last time up. He's lined to short and grounded to short. So big moment in this game. Again, Amalio Diaz, who has not given up a run all year in relief for Long Island, has Witherspoon at second with now 1 away, and Costanza in the left-hand batter's box. A check of Witherspoon, and then the first pitch. On the ground, right back to Diaz. He's going to go to third, and they got him! What a play by Amalio Diaz, throwing to Cody Puckett, who tags Witherspoon. They get the lead runner for the second out.
Great presence of mind from Amalio Diaz, who very easily could have just jogged toward first base and flipped it to Mark Krause. Instead, took a look, saw the runner, who was taking off Witherspoon toward third base, And an easy play, no slide necessary. Witherspoon was out by the proverbial mile. Great play by Diaz.
So the fielder's choice goes 1-5. Witherspoon out at third. Costanza now the 2-out runner at first for Angel Franco, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Another lefty batter for the righty throwing Diaz. And he drops in a backdoor curve for a strike, 0-1.
Boy, tonight the Ducks have been escape artists.
Yes,
the
all night, right?
The Revs have had their opportunities, but the Ducks have been able to somehow get out of it.
So Diaz here with a big second out. Now he's got to get Franco. Ducks outfield playing him to go the other way. Costanza takes off, and it's served into left field. Costanza heads back to second after thinking about third. And the Revs here again with a tying run at second. And the go-ahead run at first now for Isaiah Tejeda.
The Revs are getting good swings. They're now getting some hits. They're stringing them together, but in that case, a base-running mistake and a great play by Diaz, saving potentially the Ducks a tie game. They still have the lead, but more trouble with 2 down for Diaz to face.
Well, here is Tejeda, who's swinging a hot bat of late for the Revs. He has 4 home runs in his last 7 games. So far tonight, 1 for 3 with a single, sandwiched in between a force play and a soft liner to short. So biggest moment of the game here in the top of the 7th, with Amalio Diaz trying to keep the home team up 2-1. Finally a righty-righty for him after facing a bunch of lefties in a row. And the first pitch is downstairs. Nice block by the catcher Byrd. It's ball 1. Revs out hitting the Ducks now 8-6 on the night, but Long Island with a 1-run lead. Ducks scored both of their runs tonight in the very first inning. They haven't scored since. Revs didn't score for the first 5 frames, but scored 1 in the 6th and threatening in the 7th. Diaz a couple of checks of second, and then misses low and away. It's 2-0. Joining us late, the Ducks got a sac fly from Delta Cleary that scored Phelan Lentini. And then Angelo Sanco hit his 6th home run of the year just to the right of dead center field. Revs got their run on an RBI single by Joel Guzman as Michael Burgess, who had doubled in front of him, came home. It's all the offense we've had tonight. The defense has been the star for both sides. Diaz checks Costanza, the 2-0. Is bounced to third. Cody Puckett has it. To Reyes at second, and that will do it. Great job by Amalio Diaz. He hangs up another 0. For the Revs, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Time to stretch. Middle of the 7th inning tonight in Central Islip. It is the Long Island Ducks 2 and the York Revolution 1. We turn it over to PA announcer Bob O'Tone, the Bullet.
Middle school chorus, they're from Levittown, and they will lead us tonight in the singing of God Bless America.
A great job by the youngsters from the Jonas E. Salk Middle School Chorus in Levittown. We are midway through the 7th inning tonight in CI. The Ducks with a 2-1 lead over the Revs.
Hey fans, this is infielder Mark Krause, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
All right, fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit here to the Duck Pond, Bethpage Ballpark, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds, of course, benefit the Quackerjack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, we go to the bottom of the seventh. Ducks with a 2-1 lead. Steve Janus, the righty starter for the Revs, into his seventh inning of work, and he misses high and wide to Anthony Vega. In his season debut for Long Island, he is grounded to second and lined into a double play on a tricky play by Vega, who showed bunt, pulled it back, ripped the bat, and very nearly drove in a run. Here he takes another pitch out of the zone. It's 2-0 to the Ducks left fielder, an 8-hitter.
Well, Janus gave up 3 hits, including a home run in the first inning. Nothing but 3 singles since.
He's retired 7 straight Ducks, so he's on his best run of the night. Gets strike one here against Vega. And if Janus even records 1 out, it'll be his longest outing of the year. He went 6 innings here on Tuesday night in a 4-3 victory over Long Island. 2-1 is down and in. 3 balls and a strike now to Anthony Vega. And if Vega can get aboard here, I think Kevin Baez will let him do his thing. Again, a year ago, 24 stolen bases. Third on the team behind only Lentini and Cleary. Here he takes all the way, and now the count full on strike 2. So Janus working quickly here with nobody on in a 1-run game, with a big payoff pitch coming. And that tapped the other way to short. Charging his Dent. Sidearm throw on the run in time to get the speedy Vega. Make it 8 in a row retired by Janus, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, Vega made that a close play, streaking down the line. Dent with a great arm, even off balance. Sidearm throw had plenty on it. So Vega retired now. Down to Danny Lyons at the bottom of the order.
Well, Danny's been aboard both times tonight. A walk in the second inning and a single to center in the fourth. We talked a lot about how Mark Krause has hit .417 against the Revs this year. For Danny, it's been just the opposite. He came in 2 for 20 against York on the year, a 100 batting average. But tonight, 1 for 1 and aboard both times. As David told you, he had 3 hits in the doubleheader up in New Britain, Connecticut on Sunday as the Ducks split a pair of games against the Bees. Takes ball 1 here from Janus. And now ball 2 inside. So Ducks would love to get an insurance run. As right now, I would think Kevin Baez would be inclined to run out Eric Gagne for the 8th. And, of course, David Ardsma, the closer, who's done a great job of late for the 9th. Grounded to short. Backhanded there by Dent. Again, he guns it across. And it's a pair of 6-3 groundouts for Long Island here to start the home 7th.
Brings us right back to the top, and Phelan Lentini, who had an eventful bottom of the first. Lentini with an infield single when it was bobbled by second baseman Angel Franco. His 17th stolen base of the season. He has not been caught this season yet. Advancing to third on a pass ball and scoring on a sac fly. That is a Lentini type of run.
Vintage Phelan here, just trying to get aboard. And excuse me, check swing roller to third. Pounds fires it across. And on 3 ground ball outs, the Ducks go 1, 2, 3. Steve Janus has retired 10 in a row. We go to the 8th on Long Island. The Ducks lead the Revs 2-1.
Hey fans, this is infielder Elmer Reyes, and you're listening to Duck Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the National Anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, we go to inning number 8 at the Duck Pond. Long Island with a 2-1 lead over York. And as expected, the next pitcher in for Long Island is the former Cy Young Award winner and right-hander Eric Gagne. So Amalio Diaz pitches just 1 inning, the 7th. 1 inning, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. And gives way to Gagne, making his 4th appearance as a Long Island Duck. An 0-2 record and a 7.71 ERA. He has allowed 3 hits in his 2 1/3 innings of work. He has walked 2. Struck out 3. And David, in his first game as a Duck, he tossed a 1-2-3 inning. In his last 2 outings, though, he has been given a lead and blown the hold, if you will, both times, and been the losing pitcher. So Kevin Baez talked about it in my pregame interview tonight. He said he's been trying to do too much. I told him just go out and do his thing. And another opportunity here for Eric Gagne to come up with a hold here in a 1-run game that goes to the 8th. And, of course, in our broadcast booth, we turn it back over to our closer, David Weiss.
And we'll see if we can close it out. The Ducks with a razor-thin 2-1 lead, top of inning number 8. And as Chris mentioned, the former Cy Young Award winner, who everyone remembers so well from the LA Dodgers, among others, Montreal, Canada native Eric Gagne on the mound to face Michael Burgess. The right-hander deals to the left-handed swinging Burgess. And that hits the outside corner for a strike. Good start for Gagne, 0-1. Burgess lined out, leaping grab by Anthony Vega back in the first inning to left. He is also singled, and he doubled and scored a run in the 6th. So a good night for Burgess. He's 2 for 3. As the 0-1 pitch is on the way. Big swing, golf swing, and that's out of play to the left side. So Gagne out in front of Burgess, 0-2. It's Burgess, big Joel Guzman on deck, and then Brian Pounds to face Gagne here in the top of the 8th.
Did you see the Newsday Sports rant today? Did you happen to see it?
No, I didn't see it.
It featured Eric Gagne. I want to try to get it right, and you would do a great job with it. You do a much better job with it than I would because it's a song.
Yeah.
But let me see. I remember the first verse. I can't quite get the second. Let me see if I can find it, and then I can do the whole thing for you. But it featured Eric Gagne. It was very well written. You would appreciate it.
All right. Oh, sorry I missed it, but Chris will bring it to us.
I got to try to find it.
Can't wait. 0-2 pitch to Burgess is on the way. Swing and a miss. Gagne overpowering fastball, tying up Burgess. 1 down.
I got to find it before he's out of the game.
That is the 5th strikeout for Long Island Ducks pitching, obviously. First one for Gagne. Joel Guzman to the plate. He is fouled out, popped out, and he singled in a run back in the 6th. The only RBI, only run up on the board for York to this point. Righty-righty matchup here. Gagne with that hesitation leg kick. First pitch outside, 1-0. Ducks with 2 runs, 6 hits. York 1 run, 8 hits. Out hitting the Ducks, but not in the column that counts. Run scored. And Gagne with a pitch way outside. And skips off the mid of catcher Alex Berg all the way to the backstop. 2 balls and no strikes now to Guzman.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this in time, David. It was really good, though. Trust me.
The Kinger is doing his best.
Oh, I'm trying.
He's on that laptop. He's searching. See if we get to it. 2-0 pitch on the way to Guzman is off the plate. So Gagne, who struck out Burgess, made quick work of the leadoff man here in the 8th. Now falling behind, 3 balls and no strikes to Joel Guzman, who was dangerous at the plate. 6'5", listed at 250. Next pitch, fastball right down Carlton Avenue for a strike. It's 3-1. Obviously, with a 1-run lead, the tying run always comes to the plate with nobody on. Hesitation leg kick, the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gagne taking a little bit off, and way out in front was Guzman. Count now full at 3-2.
And if it gets the next batter, I'm going to have to make it up, David. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it here.
At this point, we're looking at the crosswords. We got everything cooking.
Everything but what I want.
We got every page of Newsday there except what you want. Count is full. Guzman at the plate. Standing in deep in the batter's box to the right side. Pitch on the way and smack foul. Hits the top of the roof and bounds all the way back into the Ducks dugout and tossed right back to the fans in the front row. Boy, I take Guzman, even when he hits it foul, it's a loud foul. That thing was pinballing all over the place.
He tattoos the baseball. That's what he does.
He does. Leaves a mark on it. So we'll do it again. Count is full on Joel Guzman. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th. Ducks leading the York Revolution 2-1. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Gagne comes back from 3 balls, no strikes to strike out. Joel Guzman swinging. Second strikeout in a row for Gagne. 6th overall for Ducks pitching. 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
I'm going to run out of time here, David.
All right. No. We're grading you on a curve, so it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
I may get it. I may get it here.
Apparently not that easy to find the rant when you go online.
Yeah, because it doesn't come up in the search. That's
Right.
the problem.
Yeah. All right, Brian Pounds at the plate.
I had it. It went away. I had it. I'm going to get it back. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
To the tune of Frere Jacques. You ready?
Go.
Eric Gagne, where are you? Where are you? Mets could surely use you. Mets could surely use you. Sad but true. Sad but true.
Excellent. Well done, Brian Pounds. Swings and misses. It's 0-2.
Isn't that great?
More importantly, that is a very good parody song. And it's true. With the Mets pitchers going down, whether it be by injury or otherwise, Mets need something. It's a mash unit over there. 0-2 pitch on the way. Ooh, that just missed. Just a little high, maybe just a bit outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pounds. And it's true. Gagne, who showed a lot of ability in the World Baseball Classic after taking some time off from baseball, he shows anything here as a Duck, and somebody will scoop him up. 1-2 pitch on the way to Pounds. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. And caroms away off the equipment of catcher Alex Berg, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down, nobody on. Gagne, 2/3 of the way done with this 8th inning.
So thanks to the Revs for prolonging those at-bats a little bit and let me sing Eric Gagne to the tune of Frere Jacques.
And you did well. Good job. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's a check swing, inside corner. Oh, home plate umpire. J.B. Torres looking for help. Frank Urilli down the first base line says, no, Pounds did not swing. It was close. And I'll bet you if we had a replay, it might look a little different. But Pounds now has worked the count full. Brian Pounds is a strike away from the golden sombrero. He has struck out 3 times, the hat trick. 3-2 pitch is on the way from Gagne, and just a little up high. Boy, that had the plate just a little high. So Pounds walks, 3 strikeouts, and now a walk, and the tying run is aboard. For Duck pitching tonight, that is the 3rd walk surrendered overall. And it brings up Ryan Dent.
So Gagne that close to a 1-2-3 with 3 strikeouts, but just couldn't get that call against Pounds, and now has to focus on Dent.
Dent, who has made some sharp plays in the infield tonight at shortstop. At the plate tonight, though, is 0 for 3. It's fouled out, struck out, and hit into a force play. Pounds at first base being held on by Mark Krause. Pitch by Gagne, and that was apparently up high as Dent was just walking away. I'm not sure if he called time, and it just wasn't called by the home plate umpire.
And Gagne wants a new baseball. I'm with you, David. I thought maybe it was no pitch, but generally umpires wave their arms wildly when it's a no-pitch situation, and I'm with you. I thought that was a strike. It certainly had the plate, so it had to be high.
And tonight, home plate umpire J.B. Torres has called the high strike. Climbing back in is Ryan Dent. Righty-righty matchup. Ryan Pounds at first base. He has not attempted a steal this season. Short lead at first. Gagne comes set. And the 1-0 pitch on the way outside. A nice save by Alex Byrd, a backhand. He had to come out of the crouch and prevented the wild pitch and the runner to advance. So count now 2-0 with Brian Pounds staying put at first.
It looked like a wicked slider from Gagne, and that's the one pitch he's working on. He told me in a pregame interview that's the one that he wants to perfect and the one he thinks can really add to his fastball, which is low 90s, and the changeup, which has always been his money pitch.
So the count 2-0. Pounds takes his lead. The pitch is on the way. And a curveball. Boy, just down low.
There are two pitches in this at-bat, David, that both should have been strikes. I think the first pitch and that one. And Gagne showing frustration right now with home plate umpire J.B. Torres. I have no idea where that was if that wasn't a strike.
Yep. I mean, our vantage point, we're behind home plate and lifted up a bit. But from here, they look real good. Count is 3-0. Let's see if Gagne can come back in this at-bat. And he gets a strike. Fastball outside corner. Count now 3-1. Again, Pounds representing the tying run at first base. It is the top of the 8th. We would expect Gagne, if he gets out of this inning, we'll see closer David Aardsma in the 9th. Should the Ducks be leading entering the 9th. Coming set, Gagne. Looks at Ryan Dent. And the 3-1 pitch on the way is hit in the air, and looks like the Ducks will get out of it. Second baseman Elmer Reyes giving way to right fielder Phelan Lantini, who makes the grab, and that will do it. A very nice 1 inning of work by Eric Gagne in the inning. No runs, a walk, a man left, 2 strikeouts for Gagne. And at the end of 7.5, we go to the bottom of the 8th at Bethpage Ballpark. Score remains Long Island 2, York 1.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Nolan Reimold, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Wise, Chris King. A pitching change made by skipper Mark Mason of the York Revolution. Steve Janus with a fine outing. 7 innings of 2-run ball. Gives way to reliever Michael Click, 6'3" right-hander from Media, Pennsylvania. Local guy pitching for the York, Pennsylvania Revolution. Click on the season, making his 9th appearance, all in relief. 8 1/3 innings pitched, has given up just 5 hits. Has struck out 4, walked 2, just 2 earned runs. He has an ERA of 2.16, and yes, Michael Click, one of a bevy of pitchers we saw 1 week ago here against the York Revolution when the Reds beat the Ducks 4-3 in extras. The Ducks tying it in the bottom of the 9th, but York winning it in 10. Click was one of those pitchers that night. So here in the bottom of the 8th, Ducks looking for some insurance. And it'll be Delta Cleary Jr., Elmer Reyes, and Angelo Sanco against Michael Click, as many relievers do, pitching from the stretch even with nobody on. DC Jr., the switch hitter, batting from the left side. Click, the right-hander. Fastball catches the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Delta is 0 for 2. A sac fly and an RBI to center field back in the first inning, plating the Ducks' first run. Tini came in to score. He's also popped out and flied to deep center. 0-1 pitch on the way is fouled back to the netting. What are you eating? I'm hungry. What are you eating? Chris is cracking up. I heard some crinkling. I look over there. I know he's doing something. He's torturing me. All I've had is a pretzel all day. That's all I've had.
I turned the microphone off so I can eat. David turns it on so you can hear the crackle of my snack opening up.
That's right. That's because to me that's music to my ears. I'm so hungry. The count is 0-2 to DC, and a swing and a miss. A good fastball from Click. That was boring in on him. And Delta Cleary Jr. with a strikeout, first out of the inning.
For those of you scoring at home, it is a leftover Reese's Peanut Butter Cup egg from Easter. It's an Easter egg that's made out of a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
I like those. Those are good. At this point, I'd eat the wrapper. Elmer Reyes at the plate. He is 0 for 3. He's bounced out twice and flied to center. 7 putouts in the game made by center fielder Travis Witherspoon, who has been quite busy. Reyes being played slightly to pull in the outfield, straight away in the infield. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Home run hitting Angelo Sonko is waiting on deck. Sonko with 2 hits tonight, including that first inning round tripper. His team leading 6th of the year to give the Ducks that 2-0 lead. They now lead 2-1, looking for more in the bottom of the 8th. This one is hit to left field on a line, and Costanza goes back and cannot get it. Over his head, up against the wall, cruising into second base, a double for Elmer Reyes. Extra base hit as the Ducks look to build on this 2-1 lead. Boy, Reyes jumped all over that fastball from Click, and it clicked off the wall.
And Costanza got a late jump on it, and then he was slow to get to where that ball ended up landing. And the Ducks with a chance, they had a huge insurance run here on the 2-bagger from Reyes, his first hit of the night. Final line on Steve Janus, the righty starter for the Revs. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He allowed a homer, hit a batter, threw 87 pitches, 60 for strikes, and 27 for balls. And David, he retired the final 10 straight Ducks in what became his longest outing of the year. So Janus got better as the game went along, just didn't get any support offensively except for that lone run in the top of the 6th.
He pitched well a week ago, did not get a decision, and an extra inning win for York.
Yep.
Pitched even better tonight. Angelo Sonko at the plate, as we mentioned, 2 for 3, including a solo homer in the first, giving the Ducks, at the time, a 2-0 lead. And he smacks one to deep center field. Travis Witherspoon is going back all the way to the wall. Can he get it? He does, right up against the wall. Tagging is Elmer Reyes and makes it to third. A moonshot about 400 feet to dead center field. What Sonko needed was another foot.
Unbelievable, David, and I think you and I were here last week when he hit it 399 feet. I think that was 399 and a half tonight because, as you said, Witherspoon reaches up and against the wall makes the catch. So a foot more on that, and it might have sunk away in the batter's eye there in dead center field and been his second homer of the night.
So Sonko gave it a ride, and that is, according to my stats, the 8th put out of the evening for Travis Witherspoon in center field.
So you've got 8 8s on your score sheet?
That's a lot of 8s. Crazy 8s tonight.
There you go.
Mark Krause at the plate. He is 1 for 3. Singled in the first inning. He's also flied out and struck out. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. But crossing over to third base on that deep fly ball was Elmer Reyes, who had doubled moments earlier. But now 2 down. Krause at the plate and trying to do something here to get Reyes to score an insurance run. 0-1 pitch, well inside. And the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. This one has been a good one from the get-go. Well pitched, great defense, opportunistic hitting. Well played game here on a beautiful May evening. Michael Click takes a long look in to catcher Isaias Tejeda. Krause batting from the left side. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Just misses the inside corner. Apparently a little low. Boy, Click did not like that call from home plate umpire J.B. Torres, who's been hearing it from all sides tonight. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Revs in the ninth, David, are at 8, 9, and 1 in their order. Witherspoon, Robinson, and Costanza. And Mark Mason does have a couple of players off the bench he could go to if he chooses to go that route. Does have a lefty off the bench in Jared Mitchell. Again, David Ardsma, the right-hander, and closer for Long Island expected once the Ducks hopefully add to this 2-1 lead here in the 8th.
Again, Reyes with the double. Sunko flying out to deep center field, and Reyes tagging over to third. That's where he is with 2 down. 2-1 pitch on the way to Mark Krause. Smacked a long way to right. Boy, that would be gone if it stayed fair, but it's well fouled. That's over everything, clearing the seats into the trees.
He absolutely mashed it, but I think he just got a little over-anxious and jumped ahead of it. Got that bat head out there a little bit early, or else the Ducks would have added 2 to the 2 they've already got on the board.
So Krause stands right back in. We know he's got home run power. Just 2 homers on the season. But he can hit it out of any stadium. Mark Krause stands in, coming set. Michael Click. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Pitch, rip foul down the right field line. At the very least, Krause is getting everybody's attention
yes.
with these mashing foul balls.
And one of those 2 homers this year against York Revolution pitching from Mark Krause, who batted cleanup a lot this season. Tonight, Sanko in the DH spot in cleanup. Krause dropped down to 5th playing first base. And again, that power bat from the left side is what he's provided in his first year as a Duck.
Krause listed at 6'2", 225. Click coming set. Looks at the runner, Reyes at third. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Downstairs, blocked nicely by Isaias Tejeda, the catcher, saving a run there. So staying put, Reyes at third. And the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. We are full on Mark Krause. Alex Berg is waiting on deck, the Ducks catcher. Ducks trying to do everything possible here. Give themselves just a little bit of a cushion. A 2-run lead entering the 9th. It's up to Mark Krause right here, right now. 3-2 pitch on the way, smacked on the ground. Angel Franco, though, has it in the hole and tosses over to first for the final out. So Krause threatens, but can't come up with a single to drive in a run. The Ducks threaten, but do not score. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, a double, but Reyes left stranded at third. We go to the top of the 9th. Can the Ducks hang on for the W? We'll find out in a moment. Ducks leading York 2-1.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Angelo Sanko, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, we go to inning number 9 on Long Island. The Ducks with a 2-1 lead over the Revolution, and as expected, the former Met, the former Yankee, David Aardsma, the closer these days for the Long Island Ducks, takes the hill for Long Island. The 35-year-old out of Paradise Valley, Arizona, has been terrific for Long Island out of the pen. It is his 10th appearance of the year, 1-0 record, a 1.00 earned run average. He does have 4 saves, trying for his 5th tonight. He's only allowed 6 hits in his 9 innings pitched. He has walked 3, struck out 13, and the opposition batting just a $194 against right-hander David Aardsma. We're checking on the out-of-town scoreboard for you. Doubleheader earlier today in New Britain. The Bluefish and the Bees, the 2 Connecticut teams, split them as the New Britain Bees won the first game 4-0. The Bluefish took the nightcap 7-2. In Southern Maryland tonight, Barnstormers and Blue Crabs tied at 1 in the top of the 9th. And in Bridgewater, New Jersey, Patriots a 2-0 lead over the Skeeters in the bottom of the 7th there in the battle of the first-place teams. We'll get to our Major League scores in just a second.
So, as Chris mentioned, Travis Witherspoon number 8 in the order, the first to face David Aardsma. Aardsma, of course, first row, first seat, probably his whole life in elementary school, because we're talking about first alphabetically no matter where he goes.
He is technically first in Major League history, David, ahead of Hank Aaron.
How about that? Well, AA-R. 2-1 Ducks lead. Top of the ninth. First pitch from Aardsma catches the inside corner for a strike. 2-1. I make that 1-0. 0-1. It's been a long night.
Is it multiple choice?
Just pick one. 0-1 to Travis Witherspoon, who is 2 for 3 tonight, along with his 8 putouts in the outfield and center. 0-1 count on the way. A check swing. Did he go? Nope, he did not, according to Frank Urley down the first base line. Home plate umpire J.B. Torres checked with him. 1 ball and 1 strike to Witherspoon.
So a great outing for Eric Gagne tonight. He pitches just the 8th. 1 inning, no hits, no runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts.
Good outing for Gagne, which should improve the disposition of his manager and everyone else. Coming set, Aardsma. The 1-1 pitch on the way to Witherspoon is up high. 2 balls and a strike. Again, it's just a slim 1-run lead for the Long Island Ducks. Tying run is at the plate in each at-bat, even if nobody is on. But Revolution just trying to get somebody on here, get things going. Aardsman's next pitch, swung on, fouled. Good fastball in on the fists of Witherspoon. He was fisting it, fouled it over us, and it's now 2-2.
The Yankees a 3-0 lead in Kansas City in the 3rd inning. Gary Sanchez a 3-run homer in the top of the 3rd. CC Sabathia on the hill tonight for the Bombers. Mets in Arizona as they'll play the D-backs with a 9:40 first pitch.
Coming set, David Aardsma. It's 2-2 to Travis Witherspoon. And the pitch on the way just misses the outside corner. No, it didn't. It was a call, strike 3. The delayed call from J.B. Torres behind the plate. He shouted strike. We could not hear him. And then the delayed punch out with the fists. And Witherspoon is caught looking. 1 up, 1 down.
And a really terrific pitch from David Aardsma. As Ducks pitching has been fantastic tonight, holding the Revs to just a run on 8 hits, and this is the 5th different pitcher used by Kevin Baez.
7 strikeouts overall for Ducks pitching tonight. First for Aardsma, of course. Derek Robinson, bottom of the order now. Against Aardsma, Robinson lined out, and a nice catch coming in by left fielder Anthony Vega in the 3rd. He walked in the 5th, a bounce out in the 7th. So he's officially 0 for 2 as Aardsma nips the outside corner, 0-1.
Western Conference Finals in Nashville, Tennessee tonight. Series tied at 1. Game tied 0-0 after 1 period between the Ducks and the Preds.
0-1 count to Robinson at the plate. Aardsma's pitch on the way, and that's a bouncer. Easy one for Elmer Reyes at second base. The throw across to Mark Krause in time. 2 up and 2 down, 1 out to go.
Well, David Aardsma making it look easy, but he has to get through the leadoff man here, Costanza, to close it out.
Costanza lined to shortstop his first time up. He's also bounced out, singled, and then hit into a fielder's choice. So he is 1 for 4 tonight. The Ducks are 1 out away from their 11th victory of the season, and what would be the first victory of the season for starter Tim Melville. And successful holds for Zach Treese and Amalio Diaz and Eric Gagne. And Aardsma looking for his 5th save. He comes set. And the pitch to Jose Costanza. And he takes a strike. Good fastball down the middle. And it's 0-1 to Costanza.
I think many of the dogs have gone home, David. I haven't heard a bark in a while, though. I still see a couple of tails wagging down the left field line, so not all of them.
Yeah, they were quiet tonight because they were concentrating on the game.
They were.
0-1 pitch on the way to Costanza is outside. Fastball tailing away. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 down, nobody on. Top of the 9th. The Ducks in a real good one against the Revs tonight, leading it 2-1. And David Aardsma, Ducks closer, trying to close it out. Coming set. The left-handed swinging Costanza. 1-1 pitch on the way. Is downstairs. 2-1 to Jose.
And on a night that was supposed to feature dogs, it was that crazy Byrd battle that everyone will remember behind home plate. They stole the thunder from the Pooches.
Incredible. Kevin Baez trying to chase a black crow away. Dottie Pritchard, Dottie Baseball coming out with special gloves to carry the injured little sparrow away. A lot of drama here tonight.
Yep.
2 on the count to Jose Costanza. Pitch is on the way, and that one is smack left field. Going back, Anthony Vega. It's going to be over his head and up against the wall. Streaking to second base is Jose Costanza. He makes it standing. He is in scoring position with a tying run. Costanza showing power the other way. Anthony Vega was playing rather shallow against the slap-hitting, left-handed swinging Costanza. One bounce up against the King Cullen side. And the Revolution had something cooking with 2 outs.
Yeah, I think he was playing too shallow, David. He was way in. We've talked about Costanza liking to slap the ball the other way, but Vega was so shallow that he had no chance to get that ball. I think if he was at medium depth, he would have made a routine catch and this game would be over. But he knew it the minute it was hit. He had no chance to get it. And York makes it interesting here with the tying run in scoring position with 2 outs.
I agree with you. With Vega's speed, if he's playing in a normal position,
yep,
probably catches up to it. Angel Franco at the plate. He has walked, popped out, hit into an incredible double play. 4-6-3, turned by the Ducks, and is also singled. He's 1 for 3. Pitched by Arzma. And that looked like to catch the outside corner, and it did. No balls and a strike. Costanza with 2 outs, the double to left. He is the tying run at second base with 2 down. The Ducks lead 2-1. This is the top of the 9th. Franco at the plate, batting for the left side against the former major leaguer, David Arzma, the Duck closer. Gets the sign from Alex Byrd and comes set. Arzma checks the runner. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He went chasing a rising fastball. Arzma had lots of heat on that. And it's 0-2. The Ducks are a strike away. And the fans get into it. So are the doggies. You can hear them. They hear in the booth. Right to the beat. Arzma now asking catcher Alex Byrd to go through the signs again. He's got something he likes. Franco at the plate. And now time called at the plate, given by J.B. Torres as Franco steps out.
I think the Ducks want to end this doggone game, David. That's what they want to do.
Very nice. Give the Kinger a bone. 0-2 the count. Arzma coming set. 2 down, 1 on. Ducks lead 2-1. Top of the 9th. Arzma's pitch on the way. Swing and a miss! It is over. On Clark in the Park night. Who let the Ducks out? Who let the Ducks out? Ducks win! David Arzma with his 5th save of the season. Tim Melville, the starter, with 5 shutout innings. His first win of the season. Great relief from Zach Tree, Samalio Diaz. 2 first-inning runs by the Long Island Ducks. Stand up, and the Ducks win it 2-1.
You called it, David. Great effort up and down the lineup tonight as the Ducks congratulate one another for the first time all year. They have put together back-to-back wins at home, and they open this crucial 6-game homestand with a 2-1 victory tonight over the Revolution.
I tell you, Chris, we're going to recap it with a lot of smiles, a lot of positives for the Ducks tonight. But with 2 teams that were struggling, this was playoff caliber baseball tonight.
It really was. Great pitching, great defense. Only 3 runs scored. The Ducks scored 2 in the first. They didn't need any the rest of the way, thanks to the work of 5 different pitchers.
We'll wrap it up in a moment from Bethpage Ballpark. Once again, the Ducks opening up a homestand of 6 games with a victory over the York Revolution and win it 2-1. We'll be back.
Hey fans, this is pitcher David Arzma, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Chris King, a lot of smiles around here. In fact, Chris and I are as happy as a doggy surrounded by fire hydrants. I mean, this has been quite an evening here tonight. A little bit of everything, a bird fight, a bird rescue, dogs down the left field line, and a great ball game on the field. We're going to give our player of the game to Duck starter Tim Melville. What a great outing. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs. He struck out 3, walked 2, 1 wild pitch. 80 pitches thrown, 47 for strikes. Tim Melville with his first victory of the season in a really well-played ball game. He gets his first win and player of the game.
I agree with you, David. No doubt about it. The former Cincinnati Red had his best outing as a Long Island Duck. He has now started 5 games as a Long Island Duck. Here are the number of runs he's given up in those starts. 2, 2, 2, 3, and 0 tonight. So he came in with an ERA of 3.98. He'll see that drop big time with his best outing as a Long Island Duck. And Duck starting pitchers have now gone 8 straight games, giving up 3 runs or less in all 8 contests. So it started with Melville. They got him 2 runs. He didn't need any more to pick up his first W. Congratulations to Tim Melville. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, full recap of how it went down tonight in Long Island's 1-run win over the Revs. We'll update you on the out-of-town scoreboard, preview tomorrow night's Game 2 matchup, and we'll wrap this one up. Again, the Ducks win it tonight 2-1 over the Revolution.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Chris King and David Weiss back one final time to Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, where tonight the Long Island Ducks defeated the York Revolution by the final score of 2-1. A terrific pitching matchup between starters Steve Janus for the Revolution and Tim Melville for Long Island, both right-handers. And after the Revs didn't score in their half of the first, Ducks went right to work in the bottom of the frame. Phelan Lentini led off the game with an infield single to the second baseman, Angel Franco. With Delta Cleary at the plate, he stole second. He advanced to third on a pass ball, and Delta hit a deep fly ball to center. Lentini scored on the sac fly, and Phelan manufactured a run. 2 batters in, the Ducks had a 1-0 lead. Elmer Reyes would ground out to short for the second out, but Angelo Sanco would connect on a fly ball to center field just to the right of dead center for his 6th home run of the year, and it made it a 2-0 game in favor of Long Island. Again, Sanco has hit 3 of his 6 long balls this year against Revs pitching. So 2-0 Flock after 1 inning of play. It stayed that way through 5 when Tim Melville would exit. 5 innings of 4-hit shutout ball, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. The Revs would score what proved to be their only run of the game in the top of the 6th. With 1 out, Michael Burgess doubled down the right field line, advanced to third on a pass ball, and Joel Guzman singled through the left side to bring him home and make it a 2-1 game, but it was the only run tonight that the Revs would score. Their starter, Steve Janus, exited after 7 innings of a 6-hit, 2-run ball. He walked 1 and struck struck out 2 and retired the final 10 Ducks he faced in the game. But the Ducks bullpen of Zach Treese for an inning, Amalio Diaz for 1, Eric Gagne for 1, and David Aardsma would close it out as Aardsma came in for the ninth, struck out Witherspoon looking, got Derek Robinson to ground out to second. Jose Costanza doubled over the head of Anthony Vega in left to put the tying run at scoring position, but he struck out Angel Franco swinging to end it, and Long Island had the 1-run victory. Final numbers tonight for the Ducks: 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They leave 6. For the Revs, 1 run, 9 hits, no errors. They strand 10. The winner is Tim Melville. Gets his first win as a Duck. He's 1-2. The loser, Steve Janus, he drops to 1-3. And David Aardsma picks up his 5th save of the year. Game played in 2 hours and 33 minutes before a crowd of 4,613 on Bark in the Park night, with many pooches in attendance down the left field line. With the victory, Long Island goes to 11-14 on the year. They pick up just their 3rd win in the last 11 games, but they've won back-to-back home games now for the first time all year. The Revs dropped to 9-15 on the year, and York has lost 5 of their last 6 games. Ducks lead the season series 6-2 over the Revs, and Long Island opens a 6-game homestand with a 2-1 win here tonight. Couple of matinee games, both in New Britain, Connecticut today. A doubleheader between the Connecticut teams. The Bees took the first game from the Bluefish 4-0. The Fish took the second game 7-2. 2 other games currently in action in the Atlantic League. In Waldorf, Maryland, the Barnstormers a 3-1 lead over the Blue Crabs as they play in the bottom of the 9th. So last licks for the Crabs, down 2 runs. And in Somerset County, New Jersey, the battle of the first-place teams, the Patriots, who are atop the Liberty Division, a 2-0 lead over the Skeeters, who lead the Freedom as they play in the 8th inning there. Mets and Yankees both on the road tonight. Yankees now have opened up a 5-0 lead in Kansas City in the top of the 4th with CC Sabathia on the hill. Gary Sanchez hit a 3-run homer for the Bombers in the top of the 3rd, and the Mets tonight a 9:40 start in Arizona against the Diamondbacks. And Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals tonight in Nashville, where the Predators haven't lost at home in the playoffs all year. That series is tied at 1 game apiece, and the game right now still scoreless. Early second period between the Preds and that other team they call themselves the Ducks, David. Not the one we care about, the Long Island Ducks, but the Anaheim Ducks, who are going to make it a great series. I mean, both conference finals are going to be terrific, but tonight the Ducks really needed a win to set the tone for a stretch in which they'll play 6 straight at home and 13 in the next 17. And because of the pitching and the timely first-inning hitting, they did just that, not to mention their defense, which was stellar all night.
There wasn't an error in the game on either side, and there were web jibs on either side. Just as exciting as a high-scoring game, even more so. Chris and I love the low-scoring games.
Yep.
Everything was clicking tonight for both teams. It was tight throughout. The Ducks had a 2-0 lead. It was cut to 2-1 later, and that's the way it ended, with some really great pitching in tough spots, not only by the Ducks but by the Revolution too, where the Ducks and the Revs had chances to put runs on the board but were unable to cash in as both teams came up big in trying to quell and extinguish potential rallies. But overall, just a well-played game. And as you said, Chris, 13 out of 17 at home. This is where it could turn around quickly for the Long Island
Yeah,
Ducks.
and Tim Melville set the tone. That's the reason he was our player of the game. You look at his last 2 innings, David. He had first and third, nobody out. He got out of that jam, had 2 men out on his final inning, got out of that jam as well. So it was huge that he put up nothing but zeros for 5 innings, and the 4 relievers that followed allowed just 1 run, just enough for the Ducks to hang on for a victory, as Long Island didn't score at all after the first, but they didn't have to because of the work of their 5 pitchers tonight.
And, of course, what the Ducks have coming up bodes well as you continue this series. You take a look at the starters for tomorrow. It's Victor Mateo for the York Revolution, who's 0-2, but has an ERA that's just over 1. But John Brownell, the Ducks ace, the workhorse, 1-0, an ERA of an even 3, but he's on the mound tonight as the Ducks try to make it 2 for 2 and 3 in a row at home.
Yeah, come on out tomorrow. It should be a great night. T-shirts go to the first 1,500, and it's yet another fireworks spectacular.
Yeah.
So 17 of those fireworks shows, most of them on the Saturday nights, but there are a couple of midweek sprinkled in. The weather's supposed to be spectacular, David, to match the fireworks, so no better place to be on Long Island tomorrow night than right here at the old Duck Pond.
Yeah, it's supposed to get well into the 70s, maybe 80 tomorrow, and really hot on Thursday. I'm supposed to be like summer-like. The great thing about May and having temperatures like that, the bugs aren't out yet, so you don't get that overbearing humidity.
Although you found your first skeeter tonight, didn't
There was a mosquito in here. I think it was directly from Sugarland. I think they mailed it up here. I don't know how it got here, FedEx, who knows. But there's a skeeter somewhere in this booth. I already have a couple of bites.
Well, David, always great working with you, especially on Bark in the Park night, where we heard the Pooches a little bit, but you said you called it right, I think. They were too into the game to really bark as much as they normally do. They knew how tight it was, and they kept themselves quiet to let the Ducks focus on the task at hand.
Don't you want to say goodnight to your doggy listening tonight?
I do. Bailey at home, our 3.5-month-old chocolate lab, I know is probably listening at home. Bailey, you were here in spirit tonight, and David, you want to do the same to Barkley.
Barkley, the therapy dog who needs a therapy dog. He is a mess, but he's listening tonight, and we love him. And we say happy Bark in the Park night to all doggies who are listening tonight. That's it. Final score for the final time from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip. Long Island Ducks 2, York Revolution 1 in the opener of the 6-game homestand. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast tomorrow night when the Ducks host the same Revs in the middle game of this 3-game series. Pregame show at 6:20. First pitch scheduled for 6:35 p.m. right here on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network, LIDucks.com, YouTube.com/DucksBaseball, and Facebook.com/LIDucks. For Chris Canine King, I'm David Deputy Dog Weiss. Thanks so much for watching and listening. We'll do it all over again tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening, and good night from the Duck Pond.